Oops.
Whoops.
Welcome to SFN, your preeminent source for space and defense news and all things tangentially related. We're your hosts, loyal to the foil here at Houston, Mission Control. And we've got Alara of Sirius in low Earth orbit. And we're here live every Sunday night.
What's going on, Spaceteriads? Happy Sunday night. Look, I mixed happy and Sunday together and it almost formed into its own word, but then it didn't.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I saved myself.
Imagine
Happy
that.
Sunday. Here we are Sunday night, man. Space Force News Live, episode number 64. Last week, we're terribly sorry, but we were both sick. Little children got us completely ill.
It was a toddler cold, my niece tells me. Apparently that's a thing, a toddler cold.
Yeah, it didn't last that long, but it sucked. It sucked enough to keep us from live streaming for like 2 days. So it was definitely
a mess.
It was definitely a crappy experience. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday, fam. Mud Rabbit, what's going on? Jermaine, good to see you. Leyland, Leap into Foil. I love that name. That's great. Christina
That's my
Fisher.
cousin.
Morning Flower. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's Cuddy? Is that Cuddy?
Yeah, that's Cuddy. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's Cuddy. What up, Cuddy? What's up, Patricia, Morning Flower, Tenacious D, Keith Boyd, FZ in the house, Suitor Bug. What's going on, friend? Jay Brewskis, thank you for the cookie. Really appreciate you. Sean Joe, thank you for the cookie. Life of Brian with the shades. Do we get shades because we're cool? I hope so. EO2 Dave with the cookie. Thank you so much. Miracle Girly with the 117 gold pills. Thank you. And Julie65 with the cookie. Thank you so much, fam, for showing the love. That is awesome. Yeah, here we are. Hey, Addicts LA, you moved over to Twitch, huh? We're still on Twitch? I didn't realize we were still on Twitch.
Yeah.
We should
we're
be on
Twitch.
Rockfin, YouTube, Pilled, Foxhole, Twitch, D-Live.
Ooh, Matt1776. What up, fam?
Yeah, man, here we are. I'm repping my Woke Society's hat tonight. If you haven't watched Woke
I feel like
Society's...
I've been here all day.
What? What do you mean?
On the platforms. Like, I feel like I've been sitting here
Yeah,
all day.
Foil did a show earlier, guys. If you missed it, definitely go and check that out. It was awesome. She broke down some defense stuff like she always does, and does such a great job with it. So go and check out her episode. It is live somewhere, everywhere that she is. You can find it for sure.
All the places.
All the places. Yes, you can find the link to her channel in the YouTube description. And I don't know, Foil, if you're feeling froggy, you could drop the link to your YouTube channel in the chats too for those that are not subscribed and haven't made their way over there.
Wixter. Thank you.
Wixter? I'm glad you could read that because I definitely could not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
saying,
Wixter.
Jermaine? I'm enjoying all of this Cabal exposure I'm seeing from the Earth Alliance, 1FUT and 5D. That's how I'm doing. Well, that's great, Jermaine. It's unfortunate that I'm not going to the Secret Space Conference because I would love to see you, friend.
Yeah, the Secret Space Conference is coming up soon, right?
So,
what is it, May 2nd through the 5th? Yeah. And you guys, a lot of people are going to be there. A lot of good vendors, a lot of good speakers. I know Jermaine is going to be speaking. Nobody wants to miss that. If you haven't gone to get your tickets,
speaking.
I know.
Yeah.
If you haven't gone to get your tickets, guys, secretspaceconference.info. Yeah, that's what it is. secretspaceconference.info. Go check it out. Definitely want to see you guys there.
Tyler put it together, you know.
Yeah, so, Tyler from Journey to Truth.
Unfortunate that you and I won't be able to attend, but such is life. Such is life. Yeah, buddy. What's going on, bro? I see you out there. Thank you, Jonas Sark, for the cookie. Thank you, Woke1, for the cookie. Appreciate you guys. So, yeah, what do we got going on tonight? Man, so much going on. But can we start with this first?
So much.
Let's before we even go into
we
what
need
we're
to understand.
Yes. I'm trying to understand.
We need to understand
Russian
what we're
culture.
facing.
That's
yes.
right. We need to understand what we're facing. Russian culture and stuff like that. So let's go for a quick lesson in
Just
Russian
a quick
culture. We need to understand, the adversary here in this situation. So here we go.
Indeed. The bear, though. It's the bear. It's just helping him out and shit.
Like, how did this even happen, dude?
I don't know, but I don't want to fight these people. At all. No. Look at that shit. Oh, buddy. Yeah, that's serious right there. That is serious. We're continuing in the Russian redneckery vein. This has to be included, I think. The redneckitude level of 11.
Hey, Foil, we should do this for TikTok. You can hit my abs. You know what I mean? We'll get Caesar to jump on a limb.
Yeah, right? Man, we can train that goofy ass dog to do that. That'd be great, right?
You think we can get Caesar to jump? We can reenact this.
Right? That's serious training right there, man. Look at that.
So good, guys. Yes, Doug, is that you?
Yeah.
Hi, Dancing Cat. Good to see you. I don't know what they did here, but I could watch this for hours.
I know, right? And the sanctions
happened.
are supposed to help somehow. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I love this guy's comment, too. He's like, please tell me how sanctions are supposed to stop these people. Like, they're not, right. I guess. You know what I'm saying? What's going on TikTok?
What up, Tick? Good to see you.
We're watching Russians working out, man, in the forest with a bear. I don't know what's going on here. It's interesting, though.
Something. It's something.
Yeah, Mother Russia.
Right.
So as far as Space Force news, the real reason that we're here. What's going on, Sheeple Beware? Good to see you. Amelia. What did I do? What, Foil?
No, the Space Force news is indeed the reason we're here.
That's right? The reason we're here.
It's not
tonight.
all. Yeah, total. Buggery.
Right. All right. Space Force Patrol Probe. That sounds. Hey, we're gonna get some education on the chips tonight and what they do. It's not dudes riding motorcycles around the moon.
Yes, it is.
I wish it was.
It is.
They
really got the glasses and all that. I know it.
Right? Maybe the rest of it's just a cover story. Can we go with that? Because I'd like to believe there's space chips on little motorcycles riding around the moon. Right. Like, I really would like
thanks,
to believe
CO2
that.
Dave, for the can. Russians are rednecks. MAGA should get along good with them. We had some excellent Russian redneckery we covered last if you missed it. Yeah, it
was fantastic. Anka Vanka, thank you so much for the cookie, friend. I appreciate you. EO2 Dave says Russians are rednecks. MAGA should. Oh yeah, you read that. Okay. Space Force 7 operational imperatives. Got a lot of Space Force stuffs going on. Space Force Unity of Effort. Project Arcwater. Elon Musk, Ukraine, Starlink terminals. We'll be going into some of that. Megaconstellations for the win over there in Ukraine. War spreads to the ISS. War rhetoric, at least. We'll be covering some of that. NATO, Russia, and the World War III situation. Loyal will be dropping her big fat black pill like she does every Sunday night. And I know we're all very super excited to hear about that.
Yeah, everybody's excited
truthfully,
about that.
We make jokes about how Foil drops black pills and all that, but really Foil's completely over the target, to be honest with you. And I'm just going to say this because she won't, because it tripped me out when I saw it. So it was, maybe 2 weeks ago now that you were like, the Great Realignment, you broke it all down. I think it was 2 weeks ago because we weren't here last week. And you were like, it's going to be this, and it's called the Great Realignment. Literally, it was 2 days later or something, The Hill picks it up, calls it the Great Realignment, and basically reiterates everything Foil had just said. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. Yeah.
So did General Flynn.
Right.
By the way.
Well, which
for those of you that like to argue with me.
Which we're going to play. I definitely have that saved. I never pull up Telegram to play things, but I'm pulling it up to play this because I thought it was very interesting what General Flynn said. And I posted it over on my Telegram too. Thank you, Dem Turn Red, for the cookie. Amethyst Cat coming with the cookie. It's the vodka. Good to see you, ladies. Good to see you too.
It is definitely the vodka.
So we will be talking about, what are we going to give them some other names so we don't get yeeted? What labs and pathogens? Can we put something else in there?
Listen, man, they're biological research facilities. I think that's what we're allowed to say. I mean, it's not like, it's not like there's bio, and then they're in labs and stuff. That's not what's happening. This is a biological research facility, guys. Right?
Okay, so we'll be going into some of that. International food markets and China, some stuff happening with that. Iran launches on the U.S. Consulate. We'll be covering that. Musk welcomes a second child into the fold. Yes, bet your ass it has a weird name.
Yes,
of course.
indeed.
So we'll be talking about that. 1,000-year-old rock spirit. MIT creates a supermaterial, guys. This is kind of exciting. We love supermaterials and metamaterials.
Right.
Quasi
all kinds of weird materials. Right.
Yes, all the weird materials. Tony's of weird materials. That's right.
All the Tonys.
We will be covering, of course, the Joro spider invasion on the East Coast because it's so important in our world. Foil's extremely stressed out about this, so we're definitely going to be covering that.
Terrified, just so you know.
Yeah, but she's got me. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be terrified when I'm around because I handle.
Are you gonna deal with them?
I don't like to kill things, but if push, I think you already know.
No.
When
we
you
are
really
saving
call,
no lives.
Running. Huh?
We are saving no lives in the spider war. I want you to know that.
She wants me to kill all the Joro spiders, guys. I'm uncomfortable with this idea here. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Aaron? Quantum gravity and the holographic universe. I keep tell you guys, this is a simulation. In fact, shout out to Jermaine. I saw his post today. I haven't had time to really go in and check out the whole thing, but I see the basic ideas that aliens created the third density, and it's a holographic, illusion to some degree. Correct me, Jermaine, if you're still out there. But this is what I keep trying to tell everybody. This is a hologram. This is a video game, and it makes sense that the aliens created it. And that's what we're doing here.
Certainly would explain the ruckus, right? Thank you, Miracle Girlie, for the cookie victory gardens. Yeah,
it would explain
victory
all the
gardens for the win.
Yes. It would explain all the conspiracies on this planet. Thank you, Death by Rust, for the gold pills. Much love, ladies. We love you back.
Much love to you.
Appreciate your support. No, Joan of Sark, let's not kill the spiders.
Yes.
Roxy Boxy says
yes,
regular ass
Joan.
materials are best.
Regular ass materials.
Yes.
That's what we're
Tony's
talking
of regular ass materials, guys.
Tony's,
I love how we have our own inside jokes over here. It's great. All right, so holographic universe, you guys know I'm a big pro of this. This is my thing. This is my jam. Like, I totally believe this is just a light matrix illusion, and you can totally control it with your mind, like if you could get to that level. But unfortunately, we're sitting in traffic, so we don't have time to manipulate the holographic illusion that we live in, unfortunately. But you guys all know that's what I think. So we've got Biohybrid Nanobots. We'll be talking about those. The Senate passes a cybersecurity bill. Russia's censorship of the invasion. We will be talking a little bit about the Canadian UFO report that is going to be coming out. It's going to be covering UAP incidents, also known as UFOs, really known as UFOs to people that have experiences with UFOs. Anyway, we will be going into the Canadian UFO report and these incursions with nuclear installations and some Canadian UFO cases. Also, there was some UFO strangeness going on over Ukraine, allegedly. We will be playing that, going into some of that, seeing what you guys think. Maybe we can try to figure out what's going on there. It doesn't surprise me, though, that there's unidentified flying object footage over Ukraine at the moment. So, shout out to Yvonda, who sent me these awesome wands, which Foil has that she's always flicking her energy at me with.
Yes, I got me a red one now.
Yolanda sent me made me a pyramid, guys. It's a surprise. It's supposed to be super cool, and it'll be here soon. And when it gets here, I will definitely show you guys the pyramid, and I'm going to link her stuff in the description so you guys know where you can find her stuff. She makes awesome stuff. She makes
she does.
Tower busters and she makes all kinds of cool organized stuff.
Yeah. Pendants and all manner of whatnot.
Yeah. She's
what
a
up,
good
Tom
bean.
Ford? Good
I've
to
known
see
her
you.
a while. All right, so what else? I think that's it.
I don't know. I feel like I missed some of these here gold pills. I'm trying to read them. Yeah, Amethyst Cat. Thank you. Good to see you. Oh, she said it's the vodka. Miracle Girlie with the cookie. Yeah, Russia has no McDonald's, Pornhub, or Netflix. I mean, but we're over here in comas. That's
I
how
posted
it goes,
a meme about that,
How it
how
goes.
they're going to turn into New Earth because they don't have McDonald's or porn or Coke or any of that fantastic stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It is fantastic stuff, right?
All right, so I guess at some point here we ought to kind of start talking about what's going on with the Space Force. No Angle coming in with the cookie.
Angle.
No clemency for spiders. They all got to die. You guys are a bunch of killers, man. Yeah, like I'm not feeling that. Like I don't want to kill the
with
spiders.
fire, if possible.
Oh, you'll be out there. I'm surprised Dad ain't gone out there yet with the gasoline and started frying the grass, dude.
You just wait. You just wait.
I don't think it's a good idea.
When they start building their little anthills, I'm sending them right out there, like, bruh.
Yeah. It's scary. She does. She pours gas in the yard, guys. That's how afraid of spiders. You should see when one bug gets in the house, what she does. Like, gangster foil will be like, Alara, help! You know what I mean? Standing on a chair and stuff. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Standing on a chair, but I definitely ain't messing with it. I don't want that. Listen, they got this whole earth. I got this little house. They can keep their asses on their side of the fence, man.
Insect lives matter too, foil. I'm just saying.
Not in my space.
Space Force.
All right, that wasn't the screen I wanted to go to. Here we go. Space Force plans to send a patrol probe out past the moon. The U.S. military is planning to extend its reach in space to one day patrol the area around the moon. In a new video, the U.S. Air Force Research Laboratory revealed the U.S. military's big plans for its future work in space. These plans, the video showed, include extending space awareness capabilities beyond geostationary orbit with the help of a new satellite called the Cislunar Highway Patrol System. System. Isn't that how you say system?
Does this sound weird as you're saying it? System? Lunar system? It's the cis, man. It's all about the cis.
It's not chips, it's CHPS, but why is it the human brain sees chips?
It is chips.
We want to see
it's
chips.
Space chips. It's space chips, man.
The Cislunar, yeah, I don't care if it says CHPS. It says chips to me, okay? New satellite.
That's right.
It's a satellite, okay? Called the Cislunar Highway Patrol System, also known as CHIPS. This is a moon patrolling probe that the military plans to launch to cislunar space, a vast area around the Earth that stretches out past the moon's orbit. You notice how they say past the moon's orbit, but they don't clearly define what that is.
Right. I'm just stuck on the word probe. Like, it has such weird connotations for me.
CHIPS is a spaceflight experiment designed to demonstrate foundational space domain awareness capabilities in the cislunar regimen. Regime? That's regime. According to the AFRL website, the lab will carry out the satellite's development as part of the CHIPS program. The probe will then be acquired by the U.S. Space Force to be used by the U.S. Space Command, which oversees military activity and operations in space. It's the first step for them to be able to know what's going on in cislunar space and then identify any potential threats to U.S. activities. What are they looking for in cislunar space? I mean, I'm just curious. What is it that's so prevalent around cislunar space that they have to be constantly monitoring it?
I don't know, but I'm sure they'll tell us it's the Russians.
Maybe it has something to do with the spaceships that keep appearing here, and we don't know what they are.
No, it's the Russians, don't you know?
And we don't know what they are. Could be the Russians or those things that we don't know what they are, because we don't want to say
Those
aliens
things?
yet. Why are they so
can't say
afraid?
that.
Why can't they just say aliens? What is so bad about just saying aliens?
Because they think people will just lose
freak
it.
out.
They still believe that. The whole Brookings report thing, they did that whole study and they determined that people were just going to flip out. And they really believe that shit.
I mean, what would happen
space motorcycle cops.
if they just came on the
me.
news tomorrow and they were like, yes, there's aliens and there's in fact lizard people. That
right?
exist among us. Right. Lizard persons that exist among us.
Lizard persons, right?
Mm-hmm. I wonder, like, what the general reaction... Look what happened when they came out with the UFOs. Everybody was like... Nobody cared. Like, nobody cares. We're too busy trying to get gas right now.
Right.
And nobody cares. And we already know there's aliens. Everybody knows. Like, it was almost like, it was nobody cared, Like, that's just the general consensus, is nobody cares. Like, They know we're lying and nobody cares, but they should care that they're lying to us. Like, it's disturbing when your government is telling you there's not aliens when clearly there is, you know? It makes you wonder if they're, you know, in cahoots with these aliens. Just saying.
Not cahoots.
I mean, you know, just saying. Hey, what's going on, Matthew? Are you out there? Matthew Mornian, it's good to see you. If you are, I think you're out there. I think I hear you. Hey, Bran. Hey, Joyful June. What's going on, Tom Ford?
And I see Truth
Divine
Quest
Fractal
over here and Ascension Diaries. Good to see you guys.
There's Ascension Diaries. We miss you doing the space weather, Alexis. Our lives are just not the same without you doing the space weather around here. You know, so we may have to find a way to solve that soon, if we can.
Yeah.
Because we need our space weather, right, guys? All right, so back to the space chips, okay? So AFRL's video points to efforts by agencies like NASA to return to the moon's surface and other interplanetary destinations. Other interplanetary destinations. As part of the impetus to stretch the military surveillance reach to cislunar space. CHIPS will bypass thousands of government and commercial satellites as it makes its way to a rarely before visited domain 272,000 miles from Earth. The AFRL will issue a request for prototype proposals for the CHIPS satellite on March 21st and reveal whose proposal won the contract in July, the lab shared in an emailed statement. So there you have it, guys. I'm sorry to ruin the fantasy for you. You know, I'm not big on ruining fantasy.
They are space motorcycle cops.
Right. Thank you. That's what they are.
They are.
Right? And I think satellites is just a code word anyways for something else. You know? I mean, yes, there's satellites, okay? I'm not saying there's not satellites. I'm not saying the Earth's flat. I'm not saying any of that. Shout out to the flat earthers. I'm not saying it's flat. I have not come to your side. I'm just saying that, what am I saying, Boyle? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying...
Yeah.
It's
I
completely lost track of what I was saying. But I was
Satellites
saying
are
something.
code for something.
Satellites are code for something. That's right.
We don't know what, but definitely something.
Yes, Amethyst Cat. The Earth is taco-shaped. I agree. It's something. It's
Obviously.
It's a squishy ball. There's a conspiracy about the Earth, but I don't think the conspiracy specifically is that it's flat. But there's definitely a conspiracy. I think it's not what we're told. You know, and
it's an oblate spheroid.
They don't want to tell us about the aliens. You know, it's a real problem. So, Kendall, Brown, and Raymond outline changes necessary to defend the nation, the need to go fast and to succeed. I want to go fast and succeed. That's my general.
There you go.
Thoughts on
that's
life.
That's the goal.
Is go
right?
fast and succeed. You know what I'm saying, guys? Yes,
Sounds
NASA
like a shirt.
does lie, frightening me. Absolutely, 100% NASA lies. That is what NASA is.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
A big fat lying organization. That's exactly. Okay. So, speaking separately at an influential gathering 2 blocks from the White House on March 9th, the Department of the Air Force's highest-ranking civilian and military leaders offered empathetic variations on a similar theme. The need to modernize faster, think faster, and nurture the cultures needed to confront potential threats and adversaries.
You colored the whole article.
I did, and I've been feeling green lately. Well, it's blue, but then it comes out green on this screen.
It's not that easy being green.
Is that a real song, or did you make that up?
Yeah, being the same color as the leaves. Yeah, it's Kermit the Frog, man. Come on now.
Really? That's Kermit's song?
Yeah, that's Kirby.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he's a Muppet, but you know it's close.
Kermit wasn't on Sesame
Alara
Street?
had no childhood. Right?
No,
Kermit was a Muppet.
Shout out to my mom.
Sesame Street.
Shout out to my mom.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, but
Right?
she'll tell you this too. Like, and let's not go into details and stuff, Mom. But I really wasn't allowed to watch cartoons, so I never saw. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't sneak around and see some cartoons here or there. You know what I mean? Like, I did see the Smurfs, and I saw like Transformers, I think, and what else? Care Bears. I was into the Care Bears too. But yes,
cool.
way more threats, bruh. 525 USA fam. Yes. Okay. Where was I? Should I focus in on the cartoons or go back to the Space Force? All right, let's go back to the Space Force.
It's up to you. Up to you.
I am focused on modernization, Secretary of the Air Force Frank Kendall said during a keynote address closing the 13th Annual Defense Programs Conference staged by Alice McAllisey and Associates. We'll go with that. Let's go with that. Okay, guys? I don't know if Mom's out there, Suitor. She might be out there. You know what I mean? But she probably just went into hiding because I said that I wasn't allowed to watch cartoons. So be nice to her. If you see my mom, don't be like, Mrs. B, you're so cruel. She gave me a good childhood. I had a good childhood. My mom made me practice my penmanship, too. I'm just putting Mom on blast tonight. Sorry,
Wait a
Mom.
minute. Becky
That's
Lou
true.
says
I have good
Sesame
writing
Street
because of
is
her.
Muppets, which is true.
Is
Hold
it?
on. Sesame Street
Okay,
is
so
Muppets.
then why
Kermit
am I-
did the news on Sesame Street.
He did?
See, now I don't know that. 'Cause the Muppets, I've seen all the Muppet movies. Like, I never saw Kermit on. I didn't really watch Sesame Street, though. That wasn't really my jam. But maybe.
That was my dad's jam. I used to think it was so weird when I was growing up. My dad would watch, he would watch Sesame Street every Saturday morning. Like legit watched Sesame Street. Like, the only person I ever saw that watched it was my dad as an adult. Like, was the only person I knew that watched Sesame Street. You know what I mean? And that was his jam every Saturday morning, dude. I remember, like, he would be watching Sesame Street. Like, you know,
Hey.
teach their own, man. Maybe that's
Everybody's got their thing, right?
Maybe
Yes,
he was raised with
frightening
Sesame
me.
Street. When did Sesame Street start, dude? Was it like what generation?
Man, forever ago. I
Has
don't
it been
know.
on the
Probably
TV
in
a
the
long time?
70s. Probably in the 70s.
Huh. I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe it's a boomer thing, dude. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's what was on the TV when they were little kids.
Well,
so
it's
that's
super
what they
woke
resonate
now,
with.
and it's terrible.
Oh, it's terrible now. I would never watch now Sesame Street now.
Right? I mean, now we watch
Brand
SpongeBob
says
in this
that
house.
Kermit does the news live on the Sesame Street. I think that's what that says, if I'm reading that sentence correctly. That
Yeah, Kermit live for Sesame Street News.
There's a Sesame Street news? I didn't even know that, man. For reals.
Oh, Fraggle Rock was awesome. Frightening me, just so you know. Like, that was definitely cool. Yeah,
All right,
I was a fan.
With Russia's invasion of Ukraine entering the third week and China's continued military expansion and modernization, no one has to look far to understand why, he said. It's still China, China, China for me, Kendall said, in outlining the challenges he focused on. Russia is a significant power to be concerned with. We've had a wake-up call. We've had an emotional event that says, yes, I got ahead of myself. Yes, war at scale among great powers, among modern powers, can actually happen. It can also happen in the Pacific.
Surprise!
China, he
That's
said,
next.
has vastly more resources than Russia does and has been investing for almost 30 years to field forces that can keep the United States out of that region and defeat us if we try to interfere in something they might do. So the threats are increasing over time. Those realities, as well as others, including North Korea, are the catalyst for Kendall's 7 operational imperatives, his blueprint for reshaping the air and space forces to meet challenges now and in the future. Those themes, the need for urgent change to reshape the air and space forces, and China's rise and Russia's ambition, as well as hardening operations in space, were the focus in remarks earlier in the day from the Air Force Chief of Staff General Brown Jr. and Chief of Space Operations General J. Raymond. Kendall agreed that space is a key component. He praised Raymond for how he's developed the Space Force, but like Raymond said, must more be done. We have a lot of work to do in terms of Space Force and transitioning from a force which was designed for a period of time when we could operate with impunity in space. We are starting down the path that takes us in the direction of having more resilient capabilities in space. Like, I wonder how much of this has to do with the public, because we've been in space for a long time with spaceships. So what I wonder is how much of all this talk back and forth and these programs and this have to do with the public becoming aware of the ways in which we can move about in the space domain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, okay. So Kendall agreed that space is a key component. He praised Raymond for how he's developed the Space Force, but like Raymond said more. Oh, I already said that. Okay. See, I get confused. The commander gets confused. All right. We're starting on the path that takes us in the direction of having more resilient capabilities in space. That we have arrived at an inflection point in history is something Raymond said. We live in a very complex strategic security environment. Probably the most complex strategic environment that we've had in over 3 generations. He specifically said 3 generations. So go back 3 generations. What year are we talking about? We live in a very complex strategic security environment, probably the most complex. What would 3 generations? What does a generation consider?
He's referring to the Cold War, in my estimation.
How many years is considered a generation?
I don't know, 20-ish.
That's it? Okay. I thought it would be more than that, but all right. We have some problems that we're facing that are becoming more complex, more complicating with increasing uncertainty, and will all take leadership to solve. Splace. That's a combination of space and plays. Splace plays a crucial role in addressing these challenges because it underpins every instrument of national power, diplomatic, informational, military, and economic, Raymond said. A few years ago, we could assume unfettered access to space and freedom to maneuver in space. You can't assume that anymore. See, it's statements like this, Foyle, that get me thinking how much of this has to do with the fact that this stuff is becoming public now. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
So, I mean, because it's been going on for a long time. But so what is causing this change? It's like what you said too. These dudes are duking it out with who's gonna be the top dog. You know what I mean? Like, yes,
space is the high ground now. It's the military high ground.
Well, and yes too. Like, yes, there's a new world order, and where they're trying to take over and run shit and get it. But and then there's different groups that are trying to knock the new world order out of the park and be their own new world order. Like, that's exactly what you were talking about last week, and that's exactly what's going on. So, so translate that into the space domain, and it's anyway. Our challengers are moving fast and ultimately seek to surpass the United States as the world's leading space power. The Space Force must deliver faster than our competitors and extend our nation's advantage in space. The competition in space over the next decade will be fierce. We can't afford to lose, he said. Raymond also said the Space Force is moving aggressively to harden capabilities in space, making them more resilient. Instead of the vulnerable hardware that came before and was suitable to a domain that was peaceful and benign. Those conditions are no longer present.
Oh yeah, space is no longer a domain of peace or peaceful exploration or any of that.
But when was it ever peaceful? Like, I'm thinking that, like, they tried to sell us that narrative for a long time. Yes, like, we shot rockets up there and it was like NASA and it's peaceful and we're just checking it out because we don't know what's up there, and you know what I mean? But clearly that was all a lie. So,
well, I mean, we had signed like these space treaties declaring that this was supposed to be a peaceful domain, right? That it was supposed to be open to all, that everybody should have equal access, all this ruckus, which was never going to be the case. But we signed on to it anyway. So
we're just publicly admitting it now, I guess, right? And then publicly.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Yeah. I mean, we're taking our shenanigans into space at this point.
Well, I mean, we were always shooting at the ships too. There's photographic evidence of that going way back. That we were always, and I would imagine that started out with the Star Wars program in the 80s. We were always shooting at the ships. You know what I mean? Like, that was always a thing, right? And they didn't want us to know that. They didn't want us to know that they were shooting at the ships, but they were. They were shooting at the aliens. I wonder when the day will ever come that they'll admit to that, shooting them down. But anyways, competitors are escalating their coercive and malign activities in all domains and are imposing new transboundary challenges on the joint force, he said. China and Russia are demonstrating capability to contest our advantage and build capabilities that enhance their power, putting our forces at risk. To ensure we are able to continue to offer these capabilities today and in the future, the Space Force is embarking on an unprecedented shift in our Space Force architecture, Raymond said. So yeah, man, it's this whole competition thing, this international competition for dominance, right? This big pissing contest between all the countries is escalating, clearly.
Oh yeah, we are pissing all over space for sure. Yeah. Like, that's done.
Big space pisser. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's done. Space Force Procurement Command trying to bring unity of effort to space programs. So, Claire Leon, a former Boeing executive who Claire Leon, a former Boeing executive who previously led the National Security Space Launch Program, is now in charge of a new office that will coordinate military space programs across multiple organizations. A key goal of SSC is to accelerate the pace of procurement programs so technologies get into the hands of warfighters sooner rather than later. SSC also wants to integrate allied nations' space technologies into U.S. programs. What is needed is a unity of effort so space programs move in the same direction and don't get bogged down in analysis, reviews, and bureaucratic infighting. Leon's job will require coordinating projects not just within SSC, but across the entire space enterprise, he said. Her job is to do horizontal integration across systems to make sure that we're actually delivering capabilities rather than just hardware. The Systems Integration Office will have a broad portfolio that is still being defined.
Thanks, Texas Q Patriot, for the shades. We need a space fuckery patrol. Yes.
Yes, Rasta. That is a brilliant idea. Hi, T-Roy. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Love seeing my ladies on Sunday night talking space stuff. Much love. Much love to you back, friend.
Yes, and thanks, Rise, for the shades.
Someday.
Rise loves your shirt,
steak.
by the way. Yeah, we got to go to T-Roy's and cook and talk space. We got to barbecue, talk space, for sure.
Great. We should do that. Rise, yeah, shades, love the shirt, Alara. What up, foil? Space Streets 07. Yeah, man, you like my shirt, dude?
Yeah, look at that.
I wonder where I got
snazzy.
That. So this is a Rise attire shirt, everybody. It's very comfy. It is very comfy. It's like pajamas. It's great. I love it. It's very, very comfy. Yes, I love it.
It's very high quality merch.
It is. It is high quality merch. It's good stuff. That's why I buy it. Super good stuff. Okay, so Project Arcwater reigns as the 2022 Spark Tank winner. Yeah, so they're having all these competitions, man, for new technologies and stuff.
Gotta figure it out.
See. Sergeant Brent Kennedy, 52nd Fighter Wing, Spangdahlem Air Base in Germany. That's complicated. Received the 2022 Spark Tank Trophy at the Air Force Association's Warfare Symposium March 4th of 2022. Kenny's idea, Project Arcwater, is a simple, green, expedited way to save energy and provide drinking water by using solar fabric and environmental water harvesting and an agile combat environment. This will cut the operational energy and logistics associated with operations all around the Department of the Air Force. It was a close competition as the 6 semi-finalist teams pitched their ideas to the Air and Space Force senior leaders and industry experts during the symposium. As judges deliberated between the pitches, audience members online and in person cast their votes and selected Arcwater as a fan favorite. Shortly after, Arcwater was awarded as the 2022 Spark Tank winner. The Spark Tank initiative allows airmen from around the force to put forward some of their best innovative ideas and compete to make it a reality. Kenny created Arcwater to provide a system that aims to significantly decrease the logistics of transporting water and energy needs at the off-the-grid locations through solar panels, a water harvester, and AC heating tool, creating gallons of potable water out of thin air. Well, that's great. We always need gallons of potable water out of thin air. That's fantastic, right? Don't we, Foil? We need some of that around here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are you laughing at me for?
Nothing.
Why am I so funny? I don't get it. Hey, I just want to let y'all know, too, I quit smoking. Yep, I sure did. 25 years, man. 25 years I've been smoking, and I quit smoking. It's been two weeks now. It's been 2 weeks. 14 days.
Yes.
I'm very proud of myself. So, yes, I'm announcing it because I'm very proud of myself. And don't you dare talk shit, Foil. You know what I mean? Don't you dare. Okay? Don't you dare.
Nope.
Yep.
Not a word.
Don't even do it. Don't even think about it. All right, so where are we going from here? Let's see. All right, let's talk about the moon crash with the rocket, guys. Let's move on to that, which would mean we would have to move on to the King of Mars. As she fades away.
Yeah, buddy.
I am using patches though. They're expensive, dude. Like I start getting a little bit stressed out without the patches. I'll be real. I get a little stressed out, but I'll get there. But I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? I've even tried to backslide a couple times, and I was like, nah. You know, I was like, nah, I can't do this.
You got
I'm
caught
just done.
hiding in the garage. I knew you were gonna come out here and say something.
Okay, guys, since she wants to put me on blast, so
You
after
said
12
you
days, no,
backslid.
you brought it up, so let's go there. After 12 days, I had a butt sitting in my room after 12 days and ran out of patches.
12-day-old butt.
A 12-day-old butt, and I went out in the garage to take 3 hits off the butt, and within the 3 hits off the butt that I took out in the garage, here comes Foil. And just gives me the dirtiest look, and I'm like, this is my only 10. This is the only 3 puffs I've taken in 12 days, dude. And you had to come out here. It's like she knew. She came out there, just gave me a hard look, and started talking shit. And I was like, man.
Yeah, I'm a joy snatcher.
She is. She's a joy snatcher, right? I couldn't even enjoy those 3 hits I took. You know what I mean? And then I was just like, man, I can't do this. You know what I mean? Like, I really can't. I'm done. Like, I just, I can't let her have the satisfaction of seeing me take not 1 hit off of a cigarette.
That's
ever
right.
Again, right?
Call me motivation,
and in that way, I will thank Foil. She really did it for me, because whatever lingering, whatever there was there to want to hit a cigarette, it's done with now. Because I will never give her the satisfaction of seeing me hit a cigarette ever again. And you know that that's true, Foil. I'm one of the most stubborn people. When I put my mind to something, that's it. It's done. So...
Yep.
Everybody give Foil a nice round of applause for trolling me so hard that I decided that I'm not ever going to backslide, because I don't want her to have the satisfaction
That's
of
right.
knowing, and she'll know. So yes, everybody give Foil a round of applause, please. Thank you, I appreciate it. A dead rocket just crashed into the moon, guys, and scientists are thrilled about it. No, I did not read this article.
They're
'cause we pulled it up.
super psyched.
Should we show you this video? What is this?
I have no idea. I didn't read it either. You told me to find one. I found it.
What is this? There's no sound. Boom. There it goes. Look.
I don't know.
Is that
You gonna
it?
show them?
Yeah, dude. Here.
That's right, Bran. I'm checking.
You narc. What's going on here? Is this it? Boom. Look. Look.
Yeah, look at that.
Let's do that again. Wait,
Yep.
wait. I'm not even stoned either. This is fun.
There you go. All right. That's
Look at that, man. All right, so you got a visual representation, guys. You got a visual representation. Right. And wasn't there an article about it that we're supposed to look at? I don't know. I clicked on the button. This is why you don't click on things when you're in the middle of discussing something. You don't click on
I
things.
have learned about clicking on stuff.
A big hunk of space junk. Thank you for all the applause out there, guys. You're getting tons of applause, Foil. They're just so proud of you for talking shit to me that time that I took 3 drags in 2 weeks.
Off a 12-day-old butt, bruh? Come on, man. What'd you even have that in your room for?
It was an accident.
Holding on to it for dear life.
I didn't even know it was there. I found it.
Oh, that's even worse.
You're an asshole. Now I'm not going to live this down, dude. You know how many people are going to say something like, you didn't quit, you took 3 drags. I'll be like, you sound like Foil, dude. Oh. Yes, I did quit. Thank you. 3 drags in 2 weeks. I would say that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm not going to take it away from you. 25
years of smoking. I couldn't give it up for a day. 2 weeks. I've had 3 drags that Foil ruined for me within, 1.5 minutes. A big hunk of space junk met an explosive end on Friday when it collided with the moon, and astronomers are excited to view the fallout. An old rocket booster once thought to be the upper stage of SpaceX Falcon 9, but then, wait for it, now is believed to be from the Chinese Chang's T5T15 mission. Although China denies this. Although China denies this, slammed into the moon's far side at over 5,000 miles per hour at around 4:25 a.m. Pacific time. The impact took place on the far side of the moon, out of view of any telescopes or spacecraft, but NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter will be in a position to start taking photos of the impact site in mid-March. We should be getting some photos out anytime soon, Foil. We're going to have to play those. That'll be great.
Ooh.
Yes, Tom says he was on cigarettes for 5 years, switched to vaping. I refuse to switch to vaping. I'm just going to do my patches until they're patched out, and I don't need the patches anymore. I'm already at that phase right now where cigarettes gross me out. Like, to the point, I don't mind smelling it when other people are smoking. I actually kind of enjoy that. But I don't like but I don't.
Why?
I don't know. It just, you know.
You'll get to where you hate it. What up, West of the West? Good to see you.
But taking an actual drag off a cigarette now is like, ugh. Like, ugh. And then if I do it, it'll make me lightheaded. Like, it's been 2 weeks, dude. So it's, you know. So, I mean, I'm good. It's success, guys. Please send me all your love and your, you know, light and your support, because I'm going to make it. I'm going to be fine, and I will be an officially quit. And you're not going to take that away from me in a year by saying, no, you didn't quit. You had 3 drags after 12 days.
No,
like,
no. Listen, man. I will give you all the props in the world.
You better.
I mean that. I'm just here to make sure you stick to your plan. That's what it is, man. We trust plans around here. I'm just going to make sure you stick to it. Don't give me that face.
Was I giving the pouty kid face? I didn't even know I was giving that face. The impact took place on the far side of the moon. All right, so we covered that. We showed you the modeling software of how it hit, and so yeah, we'll be showing pictures of that when they come out, and I think that's enough about that because we have a lot to cover, and yeah. So there we go. Moving on. So Elon Musk issues warnings over the use of Starlink terminals in the Ukraine. Thanks for the well dones, guys, and the love and the light and the supportive words. Thank you so much. You don't know how much I appreciate that, because it's something I've always wanted to do and never thought I could do it, and I'm doing it, and I know that I'm going to succeed, and I'll be fine, and I'm, you know, it's going to be over with. You know, it already is over with. So
there you go.
Yeah, and I'm very proud of myself.
Just suck it in. Just take it all in. Right.
SpaceX chief Elon Musk has warned Starlink users in Ukraine that there's a high probability of the service being targeted, as it's the only working non-Russian communication system in some parts of the country. On Twitter, Musk advised people to use Starlink with caution by turning it on only when needed and by placing it as far away from other people as possible. He also told users to place light camouflage over the antenna to avoid visual detection. I didn't know about this. Musk's warning comes after John Scott Railton, a senior researcher at University of Toronto's Citizen Lab project, said Russia could use Starlink's uplink transmissions in Ukraine as beacons for airstrikes. I didn't know that, dude.
Man, I don't doubt it at all. Thank you, Allison, for the phone. Congrats, Alara. And what an awesome friend I am, she says. See?
Yeah. Blow her head up,
I'm
Allison.
the best.
Go ahead, blow her head up, right?
I'm the best.
I don't have any butts left, and even if I did, I wouldn't smoke them. I don't want it. It's gross. I don't want it. Musk's warning comes after... Okay, I already said that. Ukraine...
I don't know what they're going to do about all the cats that like to sit on the Starlink dishes. Have you seen this phenomenon? The Starlink dishes are so warm that, like,
you have not
cats in the winter...
picture of this.
Oh, it's totally a thing, right? Cats will just
stuff.
Park their asses right on the Starlink dishes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
In a lengthy Twitter thread, he explained Russia's extensive experience when it comes to targeting people while they're using sat phones and other kinds of satellite technologies. Internet connection has become spotty in Ukraine since the Russian invasion began. The intense combat and explosions in major cities like Kyiv had disrupted the operations of Gigatrans, the country's main internet provider that also supplies connectivity to other networks. SpaceX activated the Starlink broadband internet service in Ukraine following a plea from, I can't say his name, so maybe you could say it, Foyle.
I can't see it.
Mikhailo Fedorov, who serves as the country's Minister of Digital Transformation. The company also quickly sent terminals to the country, which arrived just a couple of days after the service's activation. Days after receiving SpaceX's shipment, Fedorov tweeted a photo of a Starlink dish installed and in use on a rooftop. He also asked for ideas on how to keep the antenna powered in the middle of Russia's ongoing attacks. Musk responded that SpaceX is updating the terminal software to reduce its peak power consumption and so that it can be powered from a car's cigarette lighter socket. He also said the company enabled mobile roaming so that a Starlink antenna can maintain its signal even on a moving vehicle. Yeah, buddy. You know? Where were we?
Elon doing some stuff, man.
He's always doing things, man. Having babies and stuff.
Things.
Yeah.
All kind of babies and stuff.
Starlink in Ukraine showing what Megaconstellations can do.
Tom Ford, I thought the same thing.
What?
Why the hell is everything trans? It was a gigatrans at that.
Right? It's a thing these days. It's definitely a thing.
Fedorov. he says.
All right, U.S. Space Command has been impressed by SpaceX's ability to provide internet access in war-torn parts of Ukraine. The head of the command told lawmakers on March 8th, "What we're seeing with Elon Musk and Starlink capabilities is really showing us what a mega constellation or a proliferated architecture can provide in terms of redundancy and capability." Dickinson's comments were in response to questions from Senator Tim Kaine, who noted that the Starlink's ability to deliver communications from space over Ukraine is positive news, and also an example of private actors in space entering into contested environments. Russia has been trying to jam the signals and block coverage. He asked Dickinson if there is a legal framework for U.S. commercial space companies that become involved in contested situation. "We do look at that, Senator," said Dickinson. "We work very closely in our commercial integration cell on that very issue. The Commercial Integration Cell, or CIC, is a group of 10 commercial satellite operators that work side by side with U.S. Space Command at Vandenberg Air Force or Space Force Base in California. U.S. Strategic Command originally created the CIC to share intelligence about threats in space and other issues of concern given the military's dependence on commercial space services. The CIC includes Intelsat, SES Government Solutions, Maristat, Maximar, Visistat, XTAR, SpaceX, Iridium Communication, Hughes Network Systems. Starlink, with nearly 2,000 satellites in low Earth orbit, is by far the world's largest commercial satellite constellation. SpaceX has permission to launch 12,000 satellites and is seeking approval to deploy 30,000 more. Oh my God. SpaceX's President Gwynne Shotwell said March 7th the company had been working for weeks to secure approval for Starlink services in Ukraine before a government minister tweeted a request to Elon. You hear that? SpaceX's President Gwynne Shotwell said March 7th that the company had been working for weeks to secure approval for Starlink services in Ukraine before a government minister tweeted a request to Elon.
Oh, look at him, just thinking of everybody else.
Noted here.
Right, thank you, EO today for the cookie. Can we buy one? What are we buying? Thank you, Average Joe Patriot. Good to see you. Thanks for the can. Transhumanism is what they want. Cheers. Yes, it is.
Of course. All right, so the king of... What is going on here? What the... Okay, I fixed it. So...
I have no idea.
The king of Mars, Foil's dude here, is welcoming a second baby. Grimes just revealed that she and Elon Musk quietly welcomed a second child together. Turns out Grimes is actually a mom of 2. The singer revealed that she welcomed a second child through surrogacy with Tesla's Elon Musk in an interview out today. So what, another chick had the baby?
Yeah. How...
That's
I mean, yeah, she probably just didn't want to carry it.
Why not? If you've got unlimited funds, why carry?
I mean, I guess, right?
I mean, I'm just saying. Grimes and Elon's first baby, X, short for XAEA12, was born almost 2 years ago in May of 2020. I'm just here for the name. I want to hear the name. That's the whole reason I'm here. She didn't give too many details about their daughter's birth in a new interview with Vanity Fair, but said she entered the world. She entered the world recently. Mm-hmm. She also shared the infant's name. Her full name is Exa Dark
Sidereal.
Exa Dark Sidereal. It's kind of a dope name, truthfully.
I'm not even gonna hate on that one.
Dark Sidereal Musk, Grimes said. They call her Y. Right, her name's Exa, but they call her Y. And that
because the other kid is called X. So now they got X and Y.
That's funny. Thanks, Stacks, for the gold pills. Appreciate you. Exa is a nod to exaflops, a supercomputing term that refers to systems that could calculate 1 quintillion floating point operations per second. References the unknown. Oh, interesting. I mean, I really can't say much about these people because, I would probably, clearly I don't have children and will never have children. But this is probably one of the reasons why. But if I did, I would probably name my kid something crazy like that. It would be something. Right. It would definitely not be like, Tom or Mary or, Jack or Robert.
Hey, I totally tried to convince my brother to name my first nephew, Optimus. I was convinced it should be Optimus.
I'd be good.
That he was the prime and he should be called Optimus.
He almost named him
Optimus. My brother was on
great.
board. His mother was like, hell no.
That's cool. I would name my kid after a Transformer. I don't know. I'd have a tough time deciding.
Gangster.
I wouldn't be able to decide what I was going to name it. You know what I mean?
Oh, EO2 Dave with the cookie said, can we buy our equipment for Starlink so after they knock out our grid, we won't miss your show? Oh, that's good thinking. That's good thinking.
Dave.
Right.
Aw, oh, he's got me all feely now. What's up, Death by Rust? Yeah, man. Fat Elvis. What's up? Becky Lou.
Hey, fam.
All right, so where were we? Did we talk enough about the new kid? So you can find out more about the new kid. She's a trip, bro.
She is something else, man.
Hey, she's a trip, dude. You know what I mean? The SpaceX founder said last fall that he and Grimes were semi-separated. What does semi-separated mean?
Oh, now they're fully separated. They were together, then they broke up, then they were together, and now apparently they broke up again. And
now
she's
they're
dating
semi-separated. What does semi-separated mean?
Well, they were like half-assed together for a minute, but now since this is gone, since this article was published,
so
now she's dating
while they were
some
broken
totally
up?
Other chick. Yeah, apparently
he's dating another chick, or she is. It's very confusing.
She is dating some other chick. Officially now.
Oh,
apparently, yeah.
It gets complicated on planet Earth, guys. It really does. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we're definitely confusing drunken monkeys.
Yeah, Aaron Moriarty says he named his first son after himself. It was a big mistake. I will never name any of my future kids after myself. Well, there's that. Right?
Capable. Noted. Thanks for the cookie. Hi. You're not late. You're never late here.
They say she's a freak. I mean, this is an interesting ensemble here. You know.
Yeah, that was a terrifying outfit.
As far as their current relationship status, Grimes said there's no real word for it. She'd probably refer to him as her boyfriend, but they're very fluid. What does that mean?
Everything is fluid, right?
Right? We live in separate houses. We're best friends. We see each other all the time. We just have our own thing going on, and I don't expect other people to understand it, she continued, noting that their partnership is the best it's ever been right now. Grimes and Elon plan to have more children, as they've always wanted at least 3 or 4. So, hold on. She lives in her own house with her girlfriend. He lives in his own house. But they hang out every day.
Yeah, he lives in
and
that
they
little
keep having kids.
Tiny house. Yeah.
He lives in a tiny house?
Hey, PDX. Yeah, he lives in a tiny house. We talked about it here. Don't you remember he got the little $50,000 tiny home shed thing that he lives in now? He sold all his homes.
Bro. If you're rich, like, why not live in your own house? Like, why would you live in this, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have your house. Like, think about it. Well, if we were rich, which we're not, we wouldn't live in the same house.
Clearly.
We would live next door to each other.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, we'd probably have a secret passageway. We'd have, like, a tunnel.
There'd have to be a bunch
slide.
of secret
I'd have, like, a slide that I could get into Foyle's room just directly. Surprise! I'm here! You know what I mean? Crazy. She could do that to me if I ever try to pick up a butt. Surprise!
Right? Be right there.
I have you on camera.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Alara loves my cameras. Yeah. Did you get here in an awkward time, PDX Patriot? Thank you for the can.
Yeah, we're talking about weird stuff here, like we always do.
Right. Muppets.
Okay. I don't think we're going to go into the broomsticks comment. There's really no need to go. We've got a lot of defense to cover. It's already 10 o'clock, so you know.
That's fine.
The only thing I do feel like we need to cover as far as SpaceX is Russia threatens to abandon American astronaut in space as sanctions threaten peace aboard the ISS. So let's talk about that for a second, and then we will move on to defense, because there's just so much going on with defense. Okay. For the past 24 years, the U.S. and Russia have worked together to construct and maintain the International Space Station, where research has led to some of the most important discoveries of the 21st century. Now, 227 miles below the unrivaled laboratory, Russia has waged a war in Ukraine that's pitted the countries against the U.S. and its allies, leaving the future of the ISS in question. There's been all kinds of threats flying around. Wasn't there one threat that they were going to let the ISS die and smash into us or something? Who said that?
Yeah, I think that's in this article. And to be fair, like, I did see a debunk on this, that Russia's not going to leave the guy up there. They're not going to let the ISS crash into the Earth. Like, they said they wouldn't do that, but...
The ISS is divided into 2 sections. The Russian orbital segment, operated by Russia, and the United States orbital segment, run by the U.S., American, and Russian astronauts, were the first to step inside the ISS in 1998. From there, the partnership has continued. When the U.S. shuttle program ended in 2011, U.S. astronauts like Caddy Coleman, relied exclusively on Russian rockets to get her on board the station. Coleman said, "Once on board the craft, where you came from didn't matter. It was all about how to work and live with one another." Coleman and the American astronauts and Russian cosmonauts would cooperate on everything from life or death missions to the mundane. NASA's reliance on Russian rockets ended in 2020 when SpaceX debuted its Crew Dragon capsule, but talks are underway to allow Russians on future SpaceX flights. Russian cosmonauts continue to train at NASA's facility in Houston. Astronaut Mark Vande Hei, who holds the ongoing record for longest spaceflight, is set to end his 355 days in space in just 3 weeks. The plan is for him to land in Kazakhstan with 2 Russian cosmonauts on a Russian spacecraft. But unprecedented sanctions against Russia could put Vande Hei's return on hold. After Russia invaded Ukraine nearly 2 weeks ago, President Joe Biden announced new sanctions, including cutting more than half of Russia's high-tech imports. I'll degrade their aerospace industry, including their space program, Biden said during a White House address February 24th. Shortly after those remarks, NASA released a statement on U.S.-Russian civil space operations saying that no changes are planned and that the agency will continue to support ongoing in-orbit and ground station operations. Dmitry, how do you say his name? Dmitry?
I can't see it.
Bro, the Russian dude, you know? The head of the Russian Space Agency, that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Do you know how to say his last name?
No, I can't even think of what his last name is.
Okay, it's Rogozin or something. Dmitry okay, never mind. Rogozin, the head of Russia's space agency and a close ally to Russian President Vladimir Putin, responded to Biden in a series of hostile tweets. On February 26th, he posted a video in Russian that threatened to leave this Vande Hei guy behind in space and detach Russia's segment of the space station altogether. Didn't he say he was going to let it crash into the U.S. too?
Yeah, this guy. This is why Elon made the broomstick comment, because this dude has been talking mad smack on Twitter. Like, he was like, "Oh, we'll let the Americans ride their broomsticks into space." And so when Elon was launching the other day, he was like, "We're letting the broomsticks fly. Like, we got rockets. We don't need you."
These fellows don't really believe that all we have is rockets, right? They don't really believe this. This is all has to be a show, dude. They don't really believe this because they have ships and we have ships. We all have ships. So at what level does everyone know we have ships? And at what level are they trolling? And at what level are they really that stupid where they don't know that? Like, maybe it's not even stupid, man. Like, because I didn't know before I knew, right? Like, and there's all kinds of people getting this, you know what I mean? That you're like, how do they not know? But then they do it, and then, like, it's like, how do they not know? But I guess some of them really don't know. That's the only conclusion you can reach. Kelly said he felt compelled to speak up and engage with Rogozin on Twitter. I was just enraged that the cosmonaut, said that they were going to leave an American crew member behind. I never thought I would ever hear anything so outrageous, said Kelly. NASA has remained silent on Rogozin's threats to abandon Vande Hei in space. Prior to the conflict in Ukraine, Russia had announced plans to pull out of the space station as early as 2025. Although war continues to wage on Earth, Kelly said he hopes that the U.S.-Russian partnerships in space can be mended. I've known people at the Russian Space Agency, many of them for well over 2 decades, and I trust them. I've literally trusted them with my life before, said Kelly, who added that the U.S. should still prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Kelly said the ISS is an example of where peace is possible because all astronauts share a common goal to explore and to learn. I just hope people realize and want to keep this partnership together because it is one of the few things that unites all of humanity together. I think one of the biggest successes of the International Space Station is the international aspect of giving us something to work on together that makes us friends, right? I mean, it is kind of sad, like people threatening to, crash it into the U.S. and like leave people behind. Like, that's just not how we roll, especially not in space, right?
I mean,
it's really
when China announced,
to hear people even saying that kind of crap, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that is some hateful shite to put on Twitter for sure. But like when China announced about, China's put their own space station up there. Russia has been said they was about to throw in with them. Another example of what I've been saying, the whole time. Like, Russia has been saying they was about to throw in with China on that space station stuff.
It's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy. And on that note, let's jump into defense with Loyal to the Foil. All right, so you didn't tell me where to put them exactly, so I put this one first.
Yeah. That's fine. We can start there. Let me find it. So, I mean, this was actually fairly breaking news yesterday. I don't know, for those of you that haven't seen it, I'm not going to do a big tirade this week. I did my tirade last week, but we did have a lot of interesting things happening this week as far as defense goes. Yesterday, and this is crazy, right? As Joe Biden is begging other autocrats for oil, Iran, Venezuela, the Saudis, whatever, he's literally trying to restart, the Iranian nuclear agreement, and he's been asking them, to increase oil production, that we would buy their stuff now, even though we've been telling them forever we didn't have nothing for them, we didn't want their stuff, we wouldn't even let them sell it on the world market, but now we're willing to buy it because Russia's the worst bad guy, right? So as all of this is going on, last night there was a ballistic missile strike near a U.S. military base and consulate in Erbil, Iraq. And
thank you, Rainbow Snuggle Fritz, for the shades. Appreciate it.
Hey, Rainbow Snuggle Fritz, good to see you. So I mean, allegedly, there were the missiles that they launched. These were ballistic missiles. These weren't like, smaller rockets or artillery shells. Like, this was kind of heavy duty stuff. They're Fatah 110 ballistic missiles. They were launched from Iran into Iraq to hit American targets, right? And if you guys remember, like, I'm waiting to see, Biden's not going to do nothing. Biden's not going to respond, just like, Biden's not going to respond to this. I bet he doesn't. But this was just crazy, and I wanted to bring it up. I've been saying Iran is part of this axis that's forming. This Russia, China, North Korea, like this parallel economic world order. Iran is part of this axis. We're starting to see stuff pop off. It's getting spicy everywhere. North Korea's getting spicy. I had it pulled for last week, but we ended up not going live. China had made a comment to North Korea that they were going to be increasing cooperation in this new situation, right? Without specifying what this new situation was, to help fight, their combined, the American threat. They want to fight the American threat. So we're seeing craziness in Iran. We're seeing craziness with North Korea. Clearly, Russia has made their move. And I don't have anything pulled for this, but I had mentioned it on my show earlier. Just today, we had, U.S. intelligence is reporting that there's confirmation that Russia actually went and asked China for both economic and military assistance with the invasion of Ukraine. This is crazy. This is crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yes,
man.
Don. Wars and rumors of wars. Exactly. We had to
know this was going to be part of the whole deal. We weren't going to transition into the new world without this level of
purification by fire, man.
It was
for me, it's biblical.
Right.
For me, it's biblical. We knew there was going to be a fucktastrophe prior to any kind of new earth or, any of that. Like, it was about to be crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I like spicy too. I prefer it not to be this, spicy. Also, there, Roxy Boxy. I know it's crazy.
I've been mentioning people picking up replays. I hear you out there, guys. You can go to Odyssey. As far as replays for my content, you can usually find it on YouTube unless they yeet the stream and take it down. You can usually find it over on YouTube, or you can find it over on Odyssey. All my stuff is backed up there, but I really need to make it a point when I get some time here to start uploading all my content over on Rumble. And in fact, we need to start live streaming over on Rumble too. You can see the replay over on D Live for a couple of days, but then it goes away. You can find it over on Rockfin, guys. It's always there. The replays are always over there.
Yeah, guys, go make the free account and give us a
go make the free account.
There.
Rockfin,
we're both over there.
Rockfin is a free speech platform, just like Foxhole and Pill.net. Rockfin is also a free speech platform, and you can reliably watch replays over there. So I would consider making the free account there. But we are going to look into the Rumble thing, live streaming to Rumble. And, I'll have to upload all my old videos over there too, which will take a while. But I will get to it as soon as I can. Go ahead, Foil. Continue.
I see my cousin mentioning, and I know I sent you this article the other day about India accidentally shooting off a missile and hitting Pakistan. Like, for a long time, they just stopped arguing with each other, and it's a real tense situation. So this level of mistake, Rain, FC is okay. I see in the YouTube chat. But yeah, this level of mistake, this could have been catastrophic. Had they hit a civilian center or something, like, how do you accidentally launch a missile in the first place is what I want to know. But nevertheless, I mean, I don't have an article pulled on that, but that happened this week. Like, it is super spicy all over the world. If you pull up the article, Biden is talking about, I mean, we're still saying the first one, direct conflict between NATO and Russia would be World War III. Like, that is a fact, right? That is a fact. Now, we're still saying, obviously, that we are not going to put troops on the ground in Ukraine, that we are not going to directly engage, but we are seeing increased calls for this. And I mean, and this week, Russia said that all these shipments of weapons and stuff that we're sending over there, that these are legitimate targets, right? As well as anybody involved with the convoy. I mean, what happens if I don't know. I don't know the logistics of this, but if some NATO commander that's escorting the convoy into Ukraine gets hit during a Russian attack, then does that count as an attack on NATO? Do we attack at that point? Do we only attack? Like, just today, there were reports of missile strikes not even 10 miles from the Polish border, right? This is as close to the west as they have gotten. Less than 10 miles. Like, it would take one errant missile to cross the border from Ukraine and hit something in Poland, and it would be curtains. It would have to be. They done talked it up now. You can't back out of that. Like, you done talked it up now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Missiles are even flying already. This is man.
It's wild. The whole everybody is nervous.
It's planting season now, guys. Let me just remind you, it's planting season. We're going to be going into some of this a little bit later in the show. The food situation is going to get bad. The gas situation already is bad. It's going to get worse. The food situation is going to get legit too. So if you've got any space to go out there and plant you a garden, you need to get on that. Get your seeds planted right now. Get your seeds planted. Even if it's a small basic garden, get a small basic garden going. You've got to have your own food source right now. Yeah. Because there's going to be no guarantee you're going to be able to go to the store and get what you need pretty soon. So, if you have any way to do it, if you can set up a trading thing with somebody that that can grow food, maybe trade them, set up a cooperative deal, maybe volunteer to give some of your time helping out in exchange for their resources, whatever. Just set up a deal, get your own garden going, but take some kind of proactive steps. Because at the end of the day, even if it doesn't play out that way, it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt to teach our children how to grow their own food. This is something they should already know how to work do and learn in school anyways. Right. For sure. It's good for you as far as grounding goes and keeping you kind of centered and in alignment. There's just nothing bad that could ever come from having a garden and from taking care of it. So I really urgently, what is the word? I urge you to go and to take those steps. It's something you've always considered doing. Go and do it. Make the time, because it's going to become very important. And
well, while you're talking about it, go ahead and pull up that article on food security. Okay. Might as well address it now. It's in defense. China says China can't rely on world markets for food security. Okay. Another sign of waning globalization.
Yeah, we'll just cut back. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, since we're talking about it, like, here's another thing. We import a majority of our fertilizer from Russia. They've shut that down now. They're redirecting their shipments to China and India. Okay? This is going to be a huge problem next year, right? It's already driving the prices up ridiculously on fertilizer here. Not to mention, countries now, because of what's going on in Ukraine, like I talked about earlier on my video, Ukraine and Russia together account for a quarter of the world's wheat exports. Okay? Countries are locking down. They don't want to export anymore. Everybody's holding on to what they got. Of course, we are ill prepared for any of this. We've been shipping most of our grain and meat to China. We have been for a long time. That's one of the things I used to rant about on Twitter all the time. Like, we send all our stuff overseas. We have to import our meat from Brazil. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So countries are getting super protectionist right now. We're going to see rampant protectionism where nobody wants to export what they have. Everybody wants to hold on to what they have. Nobody's going to want to trade. Like, it's wild. And so this week, President Xi told a political meeting, and this was reported on their state radio, that China cannot rely anymore on international markets to ensure food security. They're going to be focusing on their domestic markets, and continuing to import what they can, because they've got years worth of grain stores saved. And to be honest, I don't know that we would make it through a year with what we have in our reserve. And if I'm wrong, somebody correct me on that. But the last things that I saw, that's what was indicated. It would be catastrophic, right? But I mean, again, this is to be expected at this point.
We need to be growing our own stuff in New Earth, anyways. So we're trying to manifest that and bring that about. We need to be going back to the basics of knowing how to grow our own food, teaching our children how to grow our own food, working the land. All of those concepts are things we need to bring back, period, regardless of what's going on with geopolitics. Like, that's
right. George Nada says, and Bill Gates buying up farmland. Yeah, we got
all of it.
Right. It's crazy. It's a crazy situation. But speaking of China, we might as well go ahead and address these biological research facilities.
Okay, so here, I'll move over to that article.
Yeah, no, not that one. The WHO one first, and then we can go to that one. There you go. Yeah. So, okay, I know most of you guys have been following this biolab situation. Okay, I've said it. They are legitimate targets for Putin, without a doubt. Right. Now, we saw Victoria Nuland come out and confirm to Marco Rubio and to Congress the other day that indeed the U.S. had some concerns about some labs in Ukraine, but guys, most of them are just, they're doing veterinary research and totally normal stuff. Like, this is fine. It's nothing bad, but we should definitely be, destroying dangerous samples that aren't dangerous, because there's really nothing bad going on there. We should definitely be taking care of that because of the Russians, right? This was apparently the message that was given, convoluted as it was. So we know that now we can't say that they're U.S., that these are U.S. labs, right? But we can say, apparently, since we're on YouTube, we can say that the U.S. has provided some funding in one of their threat reduction programs. They have been working for apparently 17 years to eliminate threats left over, since 2005, whatever. Yeah, threats left over from Soviet era biolabs. And as it was so elegantly pointed out by, I think it was Glenn Beck, like 17 years, like you need 17 years to eliminate biological weapons that Russians left there. Like, what are you doing for 17 years, man? Why does it take that long? Like, that's, sounds like shenanigans to me, but I'm sure our government is telling us the truth, guys. They always tell us the truth. You got to believe it, right? So we saw this
Tam
week.
Burrell says the tunnels under the labs have labs. She's probably right.
Right. The sub-lab labs.
The sub-lab,
right?
Sub-levels of the labs of the labs. Like, what's that game? What's that game? You know what I'm talking about. That game.
Which game?
There's a game about it. It's a very famous game about the releasing of whatever and the
Resident Evil?
Yes, Resident Evil. Yes.
Okay.
The sub-levels of the, yes.
Yeah, those sub-levels, man. That's where they keep the really good stuff.
In the sub-levels, that's right.
In the sub-levels, right?
Where the
thanks, Miracle Grilly, for the cookie. Right? That's where all the super secret stuff is.
That's
right. EO2 Dave says the Iranian launch was a mistake. They were targeting Mossad. I don't know. In any case, so this week we saw the WHO jump on the bandwagon, starting to urge Ukraine to destroy the dangerous pathogens to prevent potential spills from bombed labs, right? They have urged Ukrainian scientists to destroy any dangerous pathogens.
That is so obvious.
Right, that it may or may not be holding, in laboratories. Now, it's crazy, because when Nuland was talking the other day, they clarified. And so I think Rubio was like, if there's a chemical attack, if there's a biochemical attack, it was definitely the Russians, right? Right? She was like, yes, of course it was the Russians. It's always going to be the Russians. Like, now we're getting that double reverse false flag stuff again, right? The Russians are like, it's your false flag, and we're over here like, it's your false flag, and everybody's like, we don't even know what the hell is going on, right? Somebody's going to throw a flag, and we don't know whose flag it's going to be, but everybody's going to, like the Spider-Man meme, where everybody's pointing. Yeah, everybody's pointing at somebody else. Like, it was him. No, it was him. Like, we don't know.
Somebody's stealing somebody else's flag and then putting a flag on top of their flag, and then
freaking flags everywhere. Before flags on flags.
Right. This is flags. Right. There's flag, stuff just
flag shenanigans. We don't even know.
Flag ruckus, man. I'm trying not to cuss,
Well, good luck to you. I will never
quit smoking.
I'll never try that.
I might as well give up the cussing. Might as well go all in. You know what I mean?
EO2 Dave said that was sarcasm. Okay. Right? Yeah, I'm sure we will hear that narrative too. We were going for Mossad, right? Yeah. So in any case, now the WHO, because those guys are super. They always give it to us straight, guys. The WHO always gives us the good information. Okay. They told the Ukrainian scientists, like, guys, we know you don't have, right? We know you don't have anything dangerous, but if you don't, you need to destroy the dangerous stuff that you definitely don't have. Okay, that was the message here. Right. And then going back to China, if you click on the last black pill article of the day.
This one or this one? Or no, this one.
China amplifying support. So, guys, now we all know that this weapon stuff, this is just Russian disinformation, okay, guys? Right? They totally made it up. We definitely don't do that kind of stuff around here. We are the good guys, okay? We are the white hats, all right? The U.S., we're very straightforward, right? We're always working for the good of other people. So they have said that China is now co-signing Russia's claims about the Ukrainian biolabs. And now China, to be fair, of course they were going to do this. Of course they were going to jump on board. And it's interesting because China has been saying, like, since the beginning of the coup, that that it was us. You guys did this, right? So they're kind of doing the same thing now. Clearly this just goes to show the growing partnership between Russia and China. That they're going to roll together, going to rock this shit till the wheels fall off. Like, these guys are rolling together, but they are saying that, like, I mean, they're like definitely
me and you, dude. Russia and China. It's like me and you. Yeah.
Right? There you go.
It's like Maverick and Iceman.
Yeah. There you go. Right? They are in the UN co-signing this stuff. Even though our very trustworthy news media is saying that the Russians have brought no official documentation that proves anything. And you guys know that if the media says it must be true. So absolutely. That is all I have to say about that.
Does that mean we're done? We're moving on to nature break?
Yeah, buddy.
Man, my water tastes funny, and that came out of the bottled. This, it tastes funny.
Uh-oh.
Why am I smelling the bottle? I
don't know.
It tastes funny right now.
I smell cups before I use them. If it makes you feel any better.
Well, I mean, smelling it, the frequency of my water is off, so maybe I should pray over it. Something tastes funny.
There you go. Get your wand. Get your wand, and just kind of give it a little wave. It should be fine.
I wonder if they back me up with the energy, I could just run my wand over the water. Let's see what happens there. All right, guys, back me up. All right, we'll do nature break first.
EO2 Dave says, is Russia and China versus the NWO okay? I mean, that's this is what I said earlier. We're seeing the disintegration of the New World Order and the emergence of the Two World Order. Like, this is a parallel economic and defense system that all of the countries that are tired of U.S. shenanigans, that they are co-signing. They're co-signing, and they are, Putin and Pooh, exactly. Winnie the Pooh. Yeah.
Nature break.
Here we go. Let's watch this guy here. What's going on here? Like, really, dude? Do they even, like... How do they do that? Don't they have bones? You're muted, Foil.
Yes, they have bones. It's kind of an optical illusion. I believe that the cabinet is sticking out further than what it looks like. That there's a you know, that there's a corner in there that's open that he can squeeze out of. But it does look like he just cockroached himself through a crevice.
I think cats are a conspiracy anyways. Like, I really do. I'm a firm believer that cats are some level of conspiracy. We didn't show the General Flynn video before we got into this.
Pull it up and show it now.
Okay, let me show the General. So we got to backtrack for a second here, guys.
Rewind. Oh, can they hear it?
Yeah, they should be able to hear it. Maybe not. Can y'all hear this?
Commies are garbage. Speaking of the apocalypse, I'm going to be doing the Apocalypse World News soon. You should definitely
hold on, I think
tune
they
in for
can
that.
hear him.
Oh.
Here, I'll start at the beginning. They can't
Nope,
hear
they say
it.
they can't hear.
Why can't they hear it?
I don't know. Is the volume up?
Bruh. Yeah?
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
There's Bill Gates is another one. So
there it is.
We have to understand that these are people that are very smart. They're very well resourced.
Sorry, guys.
Yep.
Take 3.
Vladimir Putin has now upset this balance of the New World Order that they were trying to achieve by going into Ukraine. And you know, and I'm probably the last person that's going to be a Putin apologist. I won't be, but what I do understand are the dynamics that are playing out in Ukraine right now. And I sent you something earlier, Clay, and we don't need to go into the details of it, but all of what we are seeing play out in Europe right now is an upsetting of the balance of the world order as they want it, as people like Dr. Harari, as people like Klaus Schwab and others. Bill Gates is another one. So we have to understand that these are people that are very smart, they're very well resourced, and they have a very sort of strategic idea of how they want to see the world develop, and God and a soul are not part of that strategy.
You see, man?
Yeah, exactly how I feel.
Yep. All right, so we're moving on back to Nature Break. Let's try this again.
Back to Nature Break, right?
And now back to the regularly scheduled Nature Break.
This dog is awesome. The dog's like, man, I want this one. He just takes it himself.
Aww.
Isn't that cute?
Yes, it's very cute.
Yeah,
What's
he's
going on
probably
here?
like a service dog.
What's going on here? How does this happen? I'm confused.
Goats defy physics, clearly. They are not subject to the laws of physics.
How did it get up there? What is it doing? How did it get up there?
To be fair, I'm pretty sure the camera is tilted, but I'd like to believe that the goats have their own
tricked?
physics.
I just got tricked. The General Flynn video is posted on my Telegram channel, Alara of Sirius channel. It's posted over there. I think the person that originally posted it was Tommy Robinson News. So it's over on his feed and it's over on my feed. But I can repost it again after the show ends so that you guys have an easy way to get to it and grab it. And on Telegram, you can download those videos directly that you find, those clips. So that's very useful. So, yeah, we don't know what's going on with this goat here. And he's getting late, so we're going to move on from Nature Break because, well, we've spent a lot of time doing various things here today. And so we're going to move on to a giant, ancient Japanese rock believed by some to contain a malevolent 1,000-year-old fox spirit has split in half.
This
Dun
is
dun
science?
dun. Oh yeah. Science. There we go.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure where to put this. I kind of wanted to put this in defense. I mean, it is one more black pill, but I felt like it needed to be mentioned. So guys, there's this rock in Japan that's called the Killing Stone. Okay, and they believed that for 1,000 years, this rock has held in this demon fox spirit, right? Nine-tailed fox, a harbinger of horrible things. I mean, this rock is like a tourist attraction. Like, people go and see it, like it's a big thing. Like, you know. So apparently, somebody went to see it and they caught pictures. The rock had cracked open. So now they believe that the demon fox has been released from the rock, and this is a harbinger of horrible things to come. I just felt like that needed to be mentioned. It's crazy, right? Apocalypse World News.
So Foil has a new show coming out, guys. It's called Apocalypse World News. She has a preview video over on her channel, Loyal to the Foil, Cognitive Dissonance. Yes, she's going to be doing a new show called Apocalypse World News, where she'll be talking about stories such as this and many more like it. She's going to be doing this twice a week, about 30 to 45 minutes. She isn't sure which days yet, but she's going to figure out which days. And when she does, she will definitely post it over on Telegram. She will definitely tweet it out. And you'll be able to catch Loyal to the Foil live 2 days a week, giving you all the black pills you can handle.
All of the black pills.
All Tonys of black pills, man.
Tonys of black pills. Right?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, Commies or Garbage says that rock splitting open is the official start of the Kali Yuga. Right?
That's great news. Like, I don't care what kind of yuga it is. I just want the yugas to all commence. Let's get them over with and let's move on to the next yuga.
Done with the yuga.
I'm done with this yuga. Let's move on to the next yuga. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
You know, so whatever.
The Kali Yuga is not going to be a happy yuga, man. It's going to be shenanigans yuga. Just FYI. Yeah. So I just thought we should talk about the Killing Stone splitting open.
I see you out there, Wondermouth. Thank you. I'm not positive what we're talking about, but I'll come find you after the show, figure out what we're talking about here. Okay, so where were we? MIT creates a material stronger than steel but is light as plastic.
Right. Damn it, Tom Ford. Hold on. Tom wants to know what the creature was called, and you would think I would have it just at the tip of my tongue memorized.
You would think. But, there's pictures of cats sitting on antennas, and she doesn't send me that. And yes, Brand, they're not just regular ass black pills. They're special regular black suppositories.
Exactly.
Yes. And anybody who hasn't gone over there and seen her preview video for Apocalypse World News, you've got to go over there and watch it because it is really funny. Like, I came in from work and she was all proud. She's like, "Look at this here." I put her little headphones on. She goes, "Look, listen." And I put it on and I started watching and I cracked up. Like, it was funny. Like, it was. She was really proud of it. She was still laughing. She thought it was so funny. So go over there and throw her a comment. Check out her new Apocalypse video. It's very funny.
Right.
It's great.
Well, the name of the fox, Tom Ford, was apparently Tamama no Me, and the name of the rock, the Killing Stone, is called Sesahoseki. So I don't know if that's what you were looking for, but those are the deets.
She's so good at pronouncing things, guys.
Those are the deets.
Let's see.
Yeah, we had to talk about the Demon Fox, man, and the Killing Stone. I thought it was important. Okay, yeah, so MIT creates material stronger than steel, but light as plastic. This is interesting because they are talking about now building buildings out of this stuff and using it for cars or whatever.
Can I make a tiny house out of it?
Yes, of course. It'll be, it'll be great. Are you saying that the magical wand did not work? You got to concentrate, really give it your positive energy.
I can't so a team when you're dropping black pills like Hiroshima.
Right? Yeah. Kitsune. Kitsune is the fox demons. The witch spirit is Kitsune. a team of chemical engineers at MIT, they've made this new material. Like I said, stronger than steel, but still light as plastic. This is interesting because it's some sort of a two-dimensional polymer. For some reason, it's making me think of graphene. So these two-dimensional polymers, they arrange themselves into sheets, right? Apparently most other polymers are only able to form like one-dimensional chains that they then form into three-dimensional objects. But now these two-dimensional polymers, which form themselves into sheets, they thought were impossible to form, but they were able to do it. Apparently, man. There's all of the weird materials, man. We got to talk about.
Tony's of weird materials.
Tony's of weird materials. Mm-hmm. They used melamine to get this chemical compound to work in the way that they want it, and so they were able to make this very strong, very thin material. Apparently it's like between 4 and 6 times more resistant to deformation as bulletproof glass. So this stuff is strong. Wow. Right? Yeah. And so they're, they use these little sheet-like molecular planes, and they're going to use them, they're going to use this material to make all manner of things.
Well, that's exciting,
Right?
I thought exciting. So. All right, so let's talk about giant spiders invading, Christian Iraq.
This is important. This is the big science
story
news,
of the day, guys. This is it.
It is. So I am personally mortified, right? Apparently these spiders, yes, these Joro spiders have been in the southeastern United States for like the past 9 years. They've mainly been in Georgia and like eastern South Carolina. But last year, there were some people pretty close to here that had started posting pictures. Now, these things make these like parachute webs to carry themselves in the wind, and they just dive bomb the shit out of people. Just like that, Alara. They just come right down, they swoop down, and they mess stuff up, right? Exactly. That's how I feel about it. Right? So, these freaking things, they say that even though they're poisonous, that their fangs are too small to penetrate human skin. But I don't want to find out, okay? I don't want to find out. Now, the article says there's really no reason to go around actively squishing them, that they're no threat to humans, right? That it's our fault that they're here. They made their way over here on shipping containers. These are Southeast Asian spiders.
Carmy's Garbage says that these spiders are going to be better than the murder hornets of 2020.
Matt, they might be. They might be.
I'm going to catch one, and I'm going to bring him on the show.
They
in the house.
They're as big as your hand. As a matter of fact, if you scroll down, there's a picture of one next to a hand to just kind of give you an idea of how big they are.
Speaking of, I don't know who's missed it, but I posted it on Facebook, and I posted it on Telegram. I don't think I posted it on Gab yet, but I really need to. Brand made a meme of me and Foil in South Carolina about the spiders, and it's great. We should have showed the meme, Foil.
Yeah, of course.
How do I go? I have to go to my channel and go get it. Okay, keep going on talking about the spiders. I'm going to try to go find it right now.
I'm like I said, I'm kind of terrified about these things. So scientists don't really know how well they've adapted to their new American habitats, but a closely related spider, the golden silk spider, has also taken root in the U.S. Southeast. It's been here for about the past 160 years. So clearly these things are going to be able to, sustain themselves down here in Christian Iraq, right? I don't know. It's terrifying. It says these things thrive in areas of Japan that compare to the U.S. Eastern Seaboard or whatever. Right. Oh, there we go.
There's Brand's meme, guys. It is pretty awesome. So we have to show it real quick. There's Brand's meme. See, it says, in this house, we believe palm-sized spiders are problematic. Spiders should not have parachutes. They must be stopped. That's right. Love is love, but not for parachuting spiders.
Not for parachuting spiders, right?
Hey, look at my awesome socks here, dude, and my baseball bat. I mean, this is so us right here. This is the most incredible meme ever. So shout out to Descendant of Brand. His memes are awesome. This meme specifically is awesome. And I don't know how he captured South Carolina so well, but he really did. Look at the house he picked, dude. Look at the spider.
Yep.
I mean, this is a great meme, guys.
Right, just about right. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Oh,
it.
I've been freaking out about
Thank
these
you.
things since last year, but then now I see that they've actually encroached upon our territory, like officially. So I'm a little terrified, man.
Yeah. So that's great. I love that meme. I laughed really hard when I saw that meme, dude. I thought that was the funniest thing. Right? So, yeah. All right. Is there anything more to cover about the spiders? Or no?
No, that's it. Holographic universe.
Okay, let's move on.
Moving right along. Yeah, they are cool colors for a spider. I mean, I'll give them that. They're pretty fancy looking, right? But they're still gonna die.
I'm gonna check one out. I'm gonna bring him on the show.
You will not be bringing him in the house. Right?
We'll see.
They need to stay outside.
We'll see. So we're still on science. We're still on science. Here we go, guys. Holographic universe. My favorite topic.
Right.
Because that's what you're living in, is a holographic universe. Whether you know it or not.
Well, I mean,
that's what you're living in.
This is kind of interesting. I mean, so what is the nature of a hologram? It's that the data can be repeated. Like the entirety of the data can be held within the smallest component of a set, right? An object, whatever. I mean, and this is what the nature of what makes something holographic. So a newly published mathematical discovery describes the emergence of gravity within a holographic model of the universe. And this was published by a team of researchers from Chalmers University in Sweden and MIT in the US. So
I know why the water tastes bad. Because it's mixed with tap water. I put tap water in here because I ran out of water, and then I mixed that with the good water.
There you
That's
go.
what tastes so bad. Alara, you idiot. Okay, I'm sorry.
So we have been trying to, figure out the differences because we've got the theory of general relativity, which describes a certain sort of physics, and we've got, quantum mechanics, and that we've been trying to reconcile these two. But whenever they try to figure this out, it gets very, very complicated. Well, apparently, instead of me trying to explain this, what they say is general relativity relies on a seamless continuum of space and time that curves in response to mass with clear conviction, even when viewed on the smallest of scales. There are other metaphors we can use to describe how the universe might operate, each within their own, each with their own mathematical frameworks, each a little more obscure than the last. So some of these mathematical frameworks involve adding unseen dimensions, with some sort of mind-bending geometry. But this holographic principle, which was used by the researchers to write this paper, actually involves taking dimensions away, which really simplifies the equations here. So they're saying you can think of it like this. All the information telling particles how to push and pull together is encoded on something more akin to a flat surface as opposed to the 3D space that we think we live in, right? Not unlike how a sense of depth appears when you look at a flat holographic sticker. And they say that quantum versions of gravity embedded in 4D space-time can get really complicated and unworkable. But if our space-time were to curve far enough back on itself, right, to create this kind of a cylinder, it would necessarily have a flat boundary. And it just so happens that those theories of quantum gravity would have corresponding theories on this boundary, theories that are a lot simpler to work with.
Is why there's flat earthers. I'm convinced. This is why there's people that think the earth is flat. I'm dead serious.
So you think that they just recognize that we're in a 2D environment? Is this what we're going with here?
I mean, I think it's a possibility, And
maybe they have some sort of a perception, that we're in a 2D. I don't know. Wasn't there a cartoon that had like 2D land? It was really weird. What am I thinking of?
I like weird.
I swear there was something about that. So, so basically they're trying to describe how gravity arises as an emergent phenomenon, using this holographic universe theory and the holographic principles that go along with it. So it's interesting. It's something to watch for sure.
Okay. Where are we? I don't know. I gotta figure out where we are.
Tech.
Are we? Already?
Yes, indeed.
Oh yes, biohybrid robots, man.
Technology.
Cuddy. All right, I gotta get faster with the clicking of the buttons here, don't I? I'm getting a little lagging behind a little bit, like my brain power.
They're telling me Grand Theft Auto, what, it had 2D land, Cuddy? Yeah, Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty did a 2D episode. They certainly did. The Simpsons did one too at one point. Okay. Flatland by Edward Abbott. Yes. Okay, so I'm not completely tripping. Okay.
I'm just saying, if it's a hologram too, like if it's a hologram, right? Like there's maybe the different beings have different maybe their perception of it. It's just like, you know, everything around us and everything. The examples are all around us in nature, right? Look at the perceptions that the insects have with their complicated eyes versus the perception we have. Their perception of the outside. Look at the ants. Their perception of the world is far different than ours. That's all I'm saying. Maybe the flat earthers live on a flat earth.
Can I ask you, so if we live in a 2D holographic universe, Alara, what does that do to your theory about moving from 3D into 4D and 5D? Are you actually just now moving into 3D then?
Don't do that, Foil. You can't do that. Look, I don't think we understand. Understanding is not of this density, all right? I don't think we understand how this works. I just know that we get out of this level of the hologram. Maybe they have a different perception of the hologram than we do because it's a hologram. I don't know. That's my simplified terms. That's my simplified way of saying it.
Thanks, Seaback, for the can. Who says, reading my mind, Alara. Flatlanders.
I'm good. I'm good about that. I'm good with the mind reading tactics. I'm fantastic
there you go.
with that. Emerald Dragon Reiki coming in with the super chat over on YouTube. The Earth is a Taurus. What the blurp do we know? Right? I agree. I am on your train.
There you go.
Completely on your train. And not because of the super chat. I do think it's a Taurus. But anyways, maybe from different levels of perception, it is flat. I don't know. Like, that's why I try not to judge people. I don't know.
Could be. Hey, we love
just because Jesus doesn't talk to me doesn't mean Jesus doesn't talk to other people. I'm sure he does,
Right.
I completely believe Foil that Jesus talks to her.
Either that or I'm totally tripping, right?
I don't think Foil's insane. I think Jesus really did talk to her, and I do think Jesus just doesn't, for some reason, will not conversate with me. Don't say that the line's busy, Foil, because it's not busy. I have asked over and over again. I have waited and asked, and Jesus does not talk to me. The day Jesus talks to me, I will definitely announce it, and that's probably why Jesus doesn't talk to me, because Jesus knows I will announce it the very day that Jesus talks to me. So, doesn't mean Jesus doesn't talk to others, though, just because he doesn't talk to me.
Yeah, she knew what I was going to say, guys.
That's like saying because you're an experiencer, that you're not, that these other people are lying. No, they're not. They're not lying. It's just because you haven't had that experience doesn't make it not real.
Right.
Right? Maybe the earth is flat to them. I'm just saying. Much love, flat earthers. It's okay.
We love you. Right?
Right.
So do you see the pictures of these things? Alara, tell me, what is that? Where have you seen something similar to that before? These biohybrid nanorobots.
In the jabs.
Looks
also
suspiciously familiar.
Yeah, the Matrix.
Yeah, also the Matrix. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, YouTube. We were totally talking about the Matrix.
Just the Matrix and the jabs.
Right. They do look suspiciously familiar, right? So
what about you guys? Where have you seen these before? Alara, get off the phone for a minute. Oh, for Jesus, so Jesus can call?
Yeah, that's what he told me, that her line is busy.
Who am I busy talking to?
I'm guessing the aliens. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Don't ask me to interpret.
They're
not
talking to me right now anyways. It's not like I could just be like, look, guys, don't talk to me for a while. Jesus is trying to get through. They're not talking to me right now anyways. Like blue people out, Jesus in. Like I can't, it doesn't work like that. I didn't, I know why. It's because I'm one of them. So that's who they resonate with me. Now, I don't know why Jesus resonates with other people and talks to other people. Jesus doesn't talk to, I don't have it all decoded. I don't know. I just know that, I don't know. I just know that I don't know is what I know. So continue.
There you go. That's all we can know is that we don't know, right?
That's all we can know is that we don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm best at knowing is that I don't have any idea, right? A review paper by scientists, of course, at the Beijing Institute of Technology, was summarizing recent advancements using these intelligent biohybrid micro and nanorobots for human medical applications. Right. This was published on February 10th in the journal Cyborg and Bionic Systems, and just kind of gave an overview of how these little robots, which are designed with living parts, by the way, and how they're fabricated to perform tasks such as targeting delivery of drugs to different body tissues.
Which would be really useful if you were trying to kill people. I'm just saying.
It would be really useful, if you were maybe putting it into certain things. I don't know, right?
Right.
It's crazy. So, we're gonna continue to see the use of this kind of tech and the advancement.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say the advancements in the field here, that we're going to see more and more of this stuff. But I just wanted you guys to see these little pictures here and tell you that they are
super creepy.
Definitely addressing this openly at this point.
Friend Indeed says Jesus talks to her. She just doesn't call him Jesus when he does. Excellent theory. Excellent theory there, friend. He's got a valid point. All right, so where are we going from here? Let's see. Where are we? All right.
Senate.
Senate passed a cybersecurity bill amid fears of Russian cyber attacks.
Yeah, unanimously. When was the last time our Senate did anything unanimously? They unanimously passed cybersecurity legislation. They do unanimously pay themselves.
They do that.
Right? That is true. Fair enough. Yes. They passed this cybersecurity legislation. Basically, it's going to require companies in critical sectors to alert the government within 72 hours of an attack. Right? Like, they should have been doing that anyway, but whatever, I guess. So this Strengthening American Cybersecurity Act, which was actually a package of 3 bills, obviously has been passed in response to potential Russian cyber attacks in retaliation for U.S. sanctions over the invasion of Ukraine. Klaus Schwab has been promising us a cyber pandemic, at Cyber Polygon this year. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, I did a whole video on it. He talked about it. Klaus Schwab swore to us that we were going to see just the most horrible of horrors as far as the cyber world goes, and that it was going to infect all the devices, some sort of zero-day exploit they were going to use, and it was going to, the only way out was going to be, of course, to subscribe to their digital identification program, give you authorized, access to things. Like, people can't just hack stuff. You gotta, your little bio encrypted whatevers.
Foil.
Like, you gotta do what they're telling you.
It's 1054, dude.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, in any case, they passed the bill. Yeah, that's it. We can go on to the.
I just noticed that, dude. I wasn't trying to call you out. I just noticed that. I was like, oh, it's 1054.
It is late.
Okay, we're going to try to speed through this last bit, guys.
Yeah, you can go ahead and go to disclosure.
There's only... You want to do a recap of this? This isn't important.
Oh, well, so Anonymous has been at it again. This week they released 364,000 files about Russia's censorship of their invasion, right? So they've been, allegedly Anonymous has been hacking their butts off here. And there was a whistleblower organization, DDoS Secrets, that published the files. And, basically they just said that Moscow has been censoring all the content that referred to Russia's military action as an invasion, and that they're, the Russian group Roskomnadzor has given instructions about what can and cannot be said. And they've literally been ordering their media outlets to just delete posts or any kind of media stories that calls anything an invasion. And they published all the deets on that this week.
Okay, let's see. What else do we got here? Oh, whoops. Let's move on to disclosure, friends.
Disclosure.
So I'll quickly cover a couple things here, guys, and then we'll move on to UFOs briefly, and then we'll cut the show. We might run 5 or 10 minutes over, but that's about it. So Canada's deputy minister within its Department of Natural Resources is to prepare a report regarding any incidents involving drones or unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UAPs, around the nation's nuclear facilities. Furthermore, the Deputy Minister John Hannaford will contemplate reaching out to the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission to better assess the nature and extent of UAP and how is handling such reports and investigations. So I'm just going to leave it right there. We're going to make that announcement. We'll cover more of that later on. But yes, they are preparing this report about nuclear incursions, and we'll definitely be going through that when it is released for sure. I don't think we have time to really go into this tonight because we're running out of time. Too much going on with defense, but 20 years of UFO sightings that we got from the Canadian government, so they're listed in here. There's a bunch of them. We will maybe go through these, I don't know, next week or something like that.
It's good to see global governments coming forward, publishing this stuff. You know, it's good to see the conversation being continued.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. We need more of that. All right, so let's just move on to UFOs, cover a couple of these UFO incidents, and then close out the show for the night, guys, because it is getting late. We shall start here with Christina Gomez's channel, UFO Sightings, 2 videos. I missed a super chat here, too, as well, I think. Let me read that. Patriot1776 gifted the cookie and says, "Hi, ladies, Zoso sent me." Oh, that's nice of him to have sent you over here. Welcome, friends that are coming over from Zoso, dude. Let's see. Let's go ahead and play this video.
You might have to pull us down.
Where was this? That there's a UFO. Where was this?
Over DC.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mark my words, they're gonna start leaking stuff to her. That's something there. This is the truth.
Thanks, Mugga, for the cookie. Love you too. Hi, James. Good to see you.
Yes, you're correct, Hamgirl. That's Trump's Batman bat plane. That's exactly what that is.
Obviously.
Because if he's Batman, he must have a bat plane that he rides around in.
Parachuting poisonous graphene balls. Right? Yeah, that's, I mean, that was, you know, clear. That's pretty clear. Yeah. Middle of the day.
I've got to show you guys the stuff over Ukraine and see what you think.
Yeah, she has some good videos, some good footage over there.
She's really upped her game with the quality of her stuff lately too. I've been watching her since the very beginning when she started her channel.
She's been getting some big interviews. She had, did she have Lou on her show? She had some. I don't know.
She has
I don't
Lou
remember.
on her show all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why I said she's gonna start getting stuff leaked to her. Mark my words.
Yeah, that there's something for sure.
Buddy. Did she say where she got this footage from?
Mm-mm.
Interesting. All right, let's see what else we got here. Looks like a Tic Tac, man. Definitely swamp gas.
Absolutely.
Must be a balloon. All right, let's see what else we got here. Scott at UFO Sightings Daily. It looks like shout out to him. If you are not subscribed to UFO Sightings Daily, you should go and subscribe. Scott has an awesome channel. Here we are with UFO fleet at the space station, January 3rd, 2022.
Raw footage from January 3rd, 2022, just a month ago. This was captured by an Italian YouTuber. You'll see his link in the about description below. He usually just catches glimpses of Italy and records it and puts it on. But this time he got something really extraordinary, something I literally have never seen before. Like this. I mean, I've seen these kind of UFOs, but when I saw them from the ground, these objects look like glimmers of light. But over here, near the space station, they're so close, they're actually, wow.
Good night, Dawn. No.
Blackish.
Sleep well, my friend.
If you look carefully at these things as they move, now I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
Hey,
if you
Vader.
look carefully, it almost looks like they're throwing.
Megatron, welcome to the show.
Are they throwing?
Megatron.
No, maybe that's their own speed.
Oh, it's Megatron?
I was wondering if they're making shadows on the ground, but literally, these objects are just so big. What I thought was shadows on the ground is actually another ship. Oh my God, that's so amazing. So these objects, whatever they are, they're flying around the space station and they're changing directions, stopping, then just shooting away. Do you see that one? See one? He's just waiting. Boom. Shoots away. What the hell? Nothing in space can do that naturally. Meteors don't just make sudden hard right turns. Okay, they don't make 180-degree turns suddenly. You got to have an intelligence behind this, or an orbital pull. And there's no way orbital pull of Earth is going to the gravitational pull is going to change the direction of a UFO. That's just nuts. That's so cool, guys. Let's look at this one more time, and I'm going to show you some screenshots I have of them. And the screenshots kind of show these objects are something a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Commies of Garbage is right. Those are the air bubbles in the pool where they fake
appear
space.
Like shadows, but they're not shadows, guys.
What up, Poon
These
Slayer?
are UFOs. These objects are a little blurry because it's the transportation system that causes these UFOs to appear semi-blurry. I mean, it's been that way forever. We've always known that ever since 1950s photos of UFOs always appearing that way. Also, Bob Lazar said the same thing. And
let's move on to the next video. We got to get through this quickly because we're running out of time, my friends. UFO spotted while at work in Calhoun, Georgia, February 24th, 2022. Once again, coming from Scott at UFO Sightings Daily.
This could be the new. Oh yeah, it's still there.
Georgia. Look,
Georgia.
That's like Christian Iraq. It's kind of considered Christian Iraq. That's kind of what there. Look at there. There's a UFO.
All right. Thanks, Mugga, for the cookie. Man, that thing's just kind of chilling.
What do you think that is?
That there's a UFO,
Seriously,
buddy.
that's weird.
Yeah,
It almost looks like a parasailer.
A parasailer.
Where the hell is it at? No.
Going that slow? Maybe.
What the hell is that?
Bra says if ET been watching the nukes, you bet your ass they're watching Labs too. They watch it all, man. They watch it all.
What is it?
They're the watchers. They're in the Bible.
What the hell is that?
They've always been here, watching. Yes, clearly
I don't know what
toxic
just
dodgeball.
I don't know what just made me think of this, but does anybody else watch Raised by Wolves? That show is awesome. Apparently, it's based on the Book of Enoch.
Really?
Yes, I've been telling you to watch it for a minute now. Like, I hope they pick it up for the third season.
It's moving like a stoned UFO.
Right? Alien there's high as shit.
Man, I can't figure out how to drive this thing, Chuck.
It's up there
Which
high
way
as
do you move
giraffe
the
scooter.
stick? Which way do you move the stick? Where's the pedal to accelerate?
Me and Nate have just.
You can always believe guys named Nate, guys. Always.
We are headed outside to
Look, they are
Thanks, Michael
stoked.
Scott.
They're
look
like,
at this thing.
Right? They don't want to call
This
it a
could
UFO
be the
yet.
new. Oh yeah.
yeah,
so
thanks,
there.
Michael. We're glad to be back.
That there's a parasailer.
You know, their boss is like, what the hell are you two doing? Better get your ass back to work now.
What do you think that is? Seriously,
Their
that's
comments are
weird.
great.
If it was going left, now it's going right.
And it's not going up.
So it's being controlled.
Y'all thought it
Could
was
be
a plane,
drone?
you wouldn't be videotaping it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, West of the West.
Little drone percent.
We sure did.
That'd be a
Shit is
big
great.
drone, wouldn't it? From that
It
far
was,
away.
it was a lot bigger too. It was like really.
Lou said in an interview recently too. He said they use the term drone to avoid, you know, when they get.
Oh, I'm
footage.
sure.
Yeah, I can't remember what.
I'm
interview
sure.
He said. I think it was on Christina's channel. It might have been on her channel.
Like really
Show them the
I watched-
Ukraine video.
I'll watch all his. Okay, we'll move on to the Ukraine stuff since it's relevant right now, and then we'll be. I want to show Tyler's video real quick though too. That's a pretty exceptional footage, dude. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, so check this out. Tyler played this in one of his latest videos, Secure Team 10. Unbelievable satellite video just revealed this. Anyway, I thought this footage was interesting. I want to show you guys this real quick, and then we'll move to the Ukraine stuff.
A motorist out in Marion, Ohio, very close nearby to me, captured on video driving down the road at night in their car these two sets of stationary lights that during the entirety of the footage are just hanging there in the sky, tilted sort of at an angle, not moving, no blinking lights, and well, check this out.
Oh my god, what is that? What is that?
I'd be tripping too. Like,
Right.
That's straight like out of ET. Like what?
What is this? Oh my god,
Some spike
oh my
ships.
god. Oh my god,
That's wild right there.
That is a
Isn't that
good ass
wild?
sighting right there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that.
Like, hey,
Right?
that's wild, huh?
That's good footage.
Good footage, man.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm showing
Wow, man. So, all right, let's see. Okay, so now to go into the crafts over Ukraine. So Cab tweeted this out over on Twitter. I found some stuff over on Reddit too with this. So
Hey guys,
check this
this
out.
is Scott. Watch this. This is from Kyiv, Ukraine.
How do I
Did
hear
you see
Scott?
that thing climb? Did you
Oh,
see that climb?
because he took the clip
That's
from
amazing.
Scott's channel.
Oh.
No, I thought this
got
was
it.
a fighter jet at first when I first saw this on the live cam, and it just keeps going. Watch. Look at this.
What's up, Dark
Now
Brain?
fighter jets can't do this. I've never seen a fighter jet do this.
Texas Q Patriot.
Now I used to work in the United States Air Force, Strategic Air Command in South Dakota.
I didn't know that.
You see that?
I didn't either.
What the hell?
No wonder
No,
he's into
I've never
UFOs.
seen a fighter jet do that before. That is really weird. Just to hover in place, sit in place, unless this is some kind of Osprey, which is, United States Navy. They don't have that in Ukraine. I don't know what this is. It's truly an unidentified flying object.
We can see the passage of insects, which moved very close to
you
the
know-
camera. It should be pointed out that this shot was recorded in the infrared mode, so there is a probability that the UFO was invisible to the mysterious light. It maintains a silent flight, as if surveying the area until it disappears from the camera's field of view during a wide approach.
So James Rohrback on that
We can
topic. So the UFOs can disguise themselves as planes. They project some sort of hologram that makes them look like a plane when it's not a plane, it's a UFO. Just to make you aware of that. So if you see a plane just hanging out doing something defying what it should be able to do and just hanging out in the sky, you're probably not looking at a plane. You're looking at a hologram being projected at you.
Confirm that this unidentified flying object exhibits strong energy, which shines with great intensity. This is not a drone. No propeller or flash, which are common in these devices, is appreciated. I observed how even around him it seems to affect the atmosphere. The presence of this mysterious unidentified in the city of Lviv is very significant. Since this city is one of the most important exit routes for civilians fleeing the invasion of Russia, to go to Poland. It is estimated that around 2 million people have reached this stage. So, it is not strange that such visitors appear, as has been documented since the
See, I don't know what to think about that footage. I mean, the energy that it throws off is... I don't know what to think about that footage.
I don't know.
I found this on doing Reddit recon too. This is I don't know what to think about that, because the camera angles and the lights stuff can be really deceptive. Based, you know, it'd be nice to know what camera was taking it from what location, and you know how far the object was and this and that, because you know, I don't know. Let's check out this one here too. I saw this on Reddit.
Desde una localidad aún no identificada de Ucrania, fue posible observar en un video de corta duración cómo una enorme porción del cielo se encontraba iluminada. La fuente de esta enorme luz claramente no era de origen natural, es decir, no se trataba de lluvia o rayos o algún otro tipo de fenómeno meteorológico. Sin duda que entre las nubes se encontraba un objeto de proporciones considerables que emanaba una fuerte energía que ilumina un entorno de varios cientos de metros. Hay quienes consideran que evidencias como estas se trata de mensajes o señales que revelarían que en las alturas hay alguien que no es de este mundo y que está observando en silencio. Asimismo, el miércoles 9 de marzo del 2022,
articles published in some of the
transmisión
Christian publications, Christianity Today and stuff, talking about, there are a lot of, and I mean, it's war, we get a lot of stories like that, but people talking about supernatural happenings there. Like, I don't know.
Man. All right, I'm going to go over to the foxhole right now, and I'm going to release the scratching for everybody over there.
Release the scratching.
Release the scratching. If I can get over there. Hold on just a
Kitty
second.
Woo, thanks for the cookie.
And I see that there's quite a few people live over on the foxhole. If you happen to be on the foxhole, it looks like Severanon is live right now. Biblicist. Belushi's live. Quite Frankly is live. TikToks is live. There's a whole bunch of people. CBD, 4JC is live. Johnny Dangerous. Zoso Dude looks like he went off. He's no longer live, so we can't catch him right now. And the Independence Gang. So there's lots of other content creators you can go and check out and support over there. Here goes the scratching. It is being released right now. And guys, if you're into ufology, if that subject is of interest to you, you definitely wanted to subscribe to Secure Team 10, which we showed a clip of tonight. Scott over there at UFO Sightings Daily, and Christina Gomez. I think that's the name of her channel, isn't it? Christina Gomez?
Yes.
Christina Gomez over on YouTube. Those are definitely three people you'll want to be watching in the world of ufology. Anyway, there goes the scratching over there, guys. What else do we got going on? Let's see, for shows. Tomorrow, we will be back with Conspiracy Couch. Yes, from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern. We will be running the couch tomorrow. We will be talking about ghost radio stations and number stations. This is going to be a super fun one. It's going to be a super interesting topic. Going to be great. I'm so excited to come back and do the couch, talk to callers and do all that. So for those of you that maybe are new around here or don't know, Conspiracy Couch is a show we do. We used to do it really regularly, but it's been kind of sporadic because of us being sick and our schedules. But we're going to be running it from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We do take call-ins. We do various different conspiracy-related topics. But after tomorrow, because of Foil's new job and just because it's going to work better, period, we are going to move the show back to late nights. So we think it's going to be 10 p.m. We think it's going to be 10 p.m. on Monday nights. It will become a late night show after tomorrow. So the next Monday after that, it will be a late night show. I will make a post over on my Telegram, on my Facebook, on my Gab, like I always do. My Telegram channel is Alara of Sirius channel. Foil does post over there as well and gives updates on various things and goes on rants when she feels like she needs to. So you can definitely catch her rants over there. So yeah, couch tomorrow. What do you have coming up, Foil?
We don't know. Apocalypse World News at some point.
Yeah,
some point,
can't
very,
wait for
very
that.
soon.
Yeah.
Right?
Apocalypse World News, guys, it's coming soon. Look for your announcement about Apocalypse World News. You know that's going to be extremely entertaining. Yeah, big thank you to all the mods. We love you guys so much. You work hard. We really appreciate you volunteering your time over there and helping us with the show. Wouldn't be able to do it without you. Very appreciative of that. What else do we need to cover? Is there anything I'm forgetting? Secret Space Program Conference, Tyler's conference. Tyler Koala from Journey to Truth. His conference is going to be, when is the dates? Well, you know the dates. In the Secret Space
May
Conference
2nd through 5th. And yes, in Grafton, Illinois. Yeah, go to secretspaceconference.info. Get all your deets. Get you some tickets. Maybe some live stream tickets if you can't go in person. It's going to be great fun.
Yeah.
What else?
And,
guys.
I don't know what else. Other than that, I think that's about it, man. We love you guys.
Always you know what to do. Love hanging out on Sunday night. Guys, like, share, subscribe. Go over, give us a follow on Rockfin, Foxhole, any of the free speech platforms. We'd love to see you over there. If you want to donate directly, you can do so. Cash App and Venmo are in the YouTube description below. And other than that, we will see you back here next Sunday, 9 p.m. for another awesome episode of Space Force News Live. Until then, keep your eyes on the skies and stay loyal.
We are your news in this dimension and the next. Good night, Space Patriots. We'll see you next Sunday.